Hey, it's JMV, and I only talk about the best, and the absolute best, Big Red Liquors. For that big game you and the fellas are getting ready to watch, you've got to have the supplies. Locally owned and operated since 1972, and you can always count on my friends at Big Red Liquors. The fastest, the friendliest, the cleanest liquor stores in the state of Indiana, and I promise there is one near you. For that big game, make it Big Red Liquors. For the location nearest you, that's BigRedLiquors.com.
We're pressing the ball. I love the way that we're getting in passing lanes. I love the way we are in quote-unquote Stephanie White's term, mucking it up on defense and just being super disruptive. And I don't think we had those qualities last two times that we played them. So coming back, this is a brand new team. We're feeling good. We got some swag about us. And we're going to come in here and we're going to try to do some work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. During this 5-game winning streak, the Fever, by the defensive numbers, second best in the WNBA. But who knows what we could have in store here tonight. Both these teams average 85 points a game and play among the top three fastest paces in the league.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing. And coming in here knowing that Fever wants to control this pace, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the Sparks are talking about in their locker room as well. So it's going to be super important that we control the pace, we control the tempo, and we limit our turnovers, but still play at a fast, high-level pace.
And certainly to finish in both games back at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Again, that was on June 26th, and then on the 5th of July. The Fever had late fourth-quarter leads, but couldn't hang on.
Yeah, it is tough, and I think that was a lot of credit to Sparks and how they just rallied, especially Stevens. My goodness, she is a force to be reckoned with, not only in the paint, but on the outside, too. So we've got to be able to take care of that early.
And so Azurá Stevens will jump things up against Aaliyah Boston. It's the Fever on the road, and their navy and gold uniforms with the stars running down the sides. Sparks at home in gold. The ball is tipped, and we are underway. It's the Sparks that control it first, attacking the basket on the left side. We're coming to you from concourse level across from the benches. In the half court on the left side, it's Rakia Jackson who lines up a three from the corner in front of her bench, and she nails it. Just a 28% three-point shooter on the year, but the second-year player out of Tennessee. It's been a key part of their rise here of late.
Yeah, absolutely. She's doing such a good job just filling it out.
Sophie Cunningham trying to answer, and she does. The heater continues for Sophie. Over the last 10 games, averaging 12 points per game, shooting better than 50% from three. It's tied at three with 9:18 to go in the first quarter, as Aaliyah Boston blocks a shot out of bounds underneath the left basket. And now a reset here for LA. Julia Alamon inbounds to Kelsey Plum, who cuts and scores. Left of the hoop, banking it in. 5-3, Fever trail with the ball left to right. Former Sparks guard Ari McDonald playing point. And a whistle away from the ball. It's on LA. Whistle blown by Ashley Gloss, who's working with Catherine Chang and the crew chief, Angelica Suffren. So 9:10 remaining in the first quarter. Fever sideline out of bounds behind 5-3. Kelsey inbounds to area, gives it back to Kelsey, who maneuvers towards the left arc. Feeds AB, top of the key. AB dribble handoff. Kelsey, long two, left wing. It's good. Tied at 5 here, 1 minute through.
That was cute. I love that. And Kelsey, after a poor shooting night just a couple days ago, she's good for that first one. That's a good sign.
Mitchell still top 5 in the league in scoring, averaging 19 a game. Kelsey Plum, the all-star, drills a triple from the left corner. And the Fever trail 8-5. McDonald now quickly downhill, left lane drive, and it's good off glass.
There hasn't been a missed shot yet in this game.
Back in her home state, and McDonald continuing the trend. Technically, the block shot goes in the box score as a miss for the Sparks. As now it's Stevens' left corner three, and she drains it. Fever quickly go left to right as they trail 11-7, almost 2 minutes through. Boston on the bounce, left perimeter, handoff. Mitchell unloads a three up top. Everyone's on fire. Kelsey connects for three, and it's 11-9, 2 minutes in.
Oh, boy. Not Kelsey Mitchell getting hot at the beginning. That's going to be a long night for the Sparks.
Now she's defending against Kelsey Plum on the right wing, and a foul called on Kelsey. Was face. Well, I got to be specific. This is one of those games again, right?
Yeah, oh, Kelsey, here we go.
Every time out, had a couple of Lexis, a couple of Clarks in Seattle. But here it's Mitchell fouling Plum. Yep.
Gosh, we really should have kept count just how many times that's happened.
It's like every game.
Literally. Howard's, it's crazy.
LA, half court left side, feed down low. Stevens around the basket, a rare miss, rebounded by Tosh Howard. Flash, left to right, floater, falls! And it's tied at 11 with 7:33 to go in the opening stanza.
Coast to coast, Howard. That was beautiful. Just the confidence when she puts the ball on the floor.
Had the game high 21 in Sunday's win in Seattle. Howard now fouling, though, at the left foul line, guarding Stevens, who stands at 6'6". Stevens grew up in North Carolina. Actually went to the same high school as Debbie Antonelli, who's the analyst on the TV side for the Fever tonight. Sophie Cunningham intercepts a Kelsey Plum inbounds pass. Now transition triple off the backboard, in and out. Rebound Sparks. Plum across the logo at midcourt. Hesitation. Crosses over right to left. Left boulevard drive now on the baseline. A switch for a moment. Howard had her. Mitchell gets back on her halfway through the shot clock. Lobs it to Hamby. Hamby maneuvering right lane. Guarded by Boston. Scoop shot short. Boarded by AB. Kick ahead. Airy exploding in the purple paint. Off balance shot, no good. There was contact, no call. Rebound Sparks. Plum passes to a cutter, and it's Hamby who lays it in right at the rim. And the Fever trail 13-11, 6:38 to go first quarter.
Well, we knew this was going to be a fast-paced game. That's exactly what the Sparks did, going from one end to the other.
For the year, Sparks second in the league in pace. The Fever third. Kelsey open up top for three. Misses to the left. And a defensive rebound for Hamby, the 6'3 forward, who's seventh in the league in rebounds. Plum, lob pass. And it's a fake shot good for Stevens, rim right. 15-11, Fever ball down for Cunningham. Open right wing three. In and out, offensive rebound, Boston, and the Eastern Conference Player of the Week sticks it in.
How you do it. Sometimes that's the best offense. Get that ball up, see if we can. And that ball was halfway down, too. I just want to say both of Cunningham's threes were.
Next time out, got to get someone to readjust that rim. Sparks turned it over. A steal for the Fever. Howard playing point forward. Looking for help. Bounce pass, right block. AB spins with the left hand. Puts it in. AB in her bag, and it's tied at 15 with 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Plum on the bounce, right arc, driving on Mitchell. Euro, bounce pass, kicked out. It'll stay with LA with 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And while the Fever are without the first pick in last year's draft, Caitlin Clark still out with the right groin injury. And our injury report is presented by Ortho Indy, the official orthopedic partner of the Indiana Fever. The second pick in last year's draft, Cameron Brink, recently back from injury, is the first sub for Lynn Roberts. And it's Brink who gets it. Right post, misses, gets the offensive rebound, though. Misses again, and a rebound for Aaliyah. Outlet, right sideline. Airy. Slowed down by the transition defense of Jackson. McDonald behind the back, top of the key. Step back, launches a three. Misses, offensive rebound. Boston blocked by Brink. Floats a pass towards midcourt to Plum. Eyes on the rim, feeds Jackson in the post, backing down to McDonald, misses the bunny, rebound for Airy. More than midway through the first quarter, tied at 15. Flash down the floor left to right, fouled on the floor by Plum, who reached in, and it leads us to our first break in the action. Up and down at Crypto.com Arena in downtown Los Angeles. The Fever and the Sparks tied at 15. 4:49 to go in the first quarter as you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Better Water starts with a free water analysis from C&J Water, proud partner of the Indiana Fever. From hard water solutions to pure, great-tasting drinking water, C&J Water is committed to helping you enjoy better water in every glass, load of laundry, and shower. Schedule your free water analysis today at cnjwater.com and discover how much better your water can be. C&J Water, local, trusted, and the choice of the Indiana Fever.
The Indiana Fever trust OrthoIndy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game-time injuries to everyday mishaps, OrthoIndy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. OrthoIndy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. OrthoIndy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
This is Leah Boston, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
In case you missed it earlier today, Aaliyah announced as the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. So well deserved. She has had 6 consecutive double-doubles. That is a Fever franchise record. And so far, Aaliyah and the Fever tied at 15 with 4:49 in the opening quarter at LA tonight.
She's such a special player. I mean, just from the mindset of, I'm going to come in, I'm going to work really, really hard and potentially get a double-double. But I don't know, she doesn't even care about stats. She wants to win for her team. She is the backbone as far as the energy, the effort. She has beautiful poise on offense and defense just with her footwork. And then her percentages are just unmatched. So she is 100% well-deserved to get that award.
And officially, she's shooting 54% from the field, which ranks 4th in the league. She's top 5 in rebounds. Her total of double-doubles on the year now is 14, second most in the league. Back to action, and it's Tosh Howard at the foul line on the right side, and she drops in the first. Shooting at the end on the right side with the championship banners for both the Sparks and the Lakers. Retired numbers 2. Candace Parker's just went up to the rafters earlier this season. Yeah. Second free throw good as well. And it's now 18-15 Fever. Seems like a shot earlier that was recorded as a 2 for Kelsey Mitchell has now been upgraded to a 3. Yep. As Rakia Jackson driving kick, Cameron Brink, very unselfish, gives it up as now Julie Almond drives right corner back to Brink, and she misses a 3, rebounded by McDonald. Airy across the logo left to right, veering towards the left perimeter, gets a screen from Tosh, now the teardrop shot, back rim no, and the rebound for the Sparks. Jackson at 6'2", brings it across midcourt from the left elbow. Pulls, jumper short, and it's rebounded by Howard. Finds McDonald in the backcourt towards the Fever bench as AB posts on Brink. Gets it left elbow, faces up. AB picks up the dribble, skip past Airy, sends it Sophie, one more, right corner. Kelsey for 3, splash! 21-15 Fever, 3:43 to go, first quarter.
They're so good. We have so many weapons inside and out, and at any point, anybody can get hot.
Fever trying to extend this winning streak to 6 as it's pinked off the backboard by Hamby through contact.
That was tough. That was a tough bucket there. Great defense, just better
Ending the Fever run, still leading as Howard tees up a 3 right wing, misses to the left, and it's rebounded by Alamont, who played for Indiana back in 2020. Her long pass down the floor, out of the range of Hamby. It goes out towards the photographers near the Sparks bench. Stops the clock with 3:14 remaining in the first quarter. And both teams make lineup changes for the Fever. Sydney Colson in for Airy at point guard, and Lexi Hull comes in for Sophie on the wing. Fever half court right side. Kelsey knifing through traffic. Passes left corner. Lexi open for three. Front rim, no, and it bounces above the backboard. Actually gets stuck up there near the shot clock. With exactly 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and a team attendant gets one of those mops that normally is used on the floor, and in this case, pokes the ball down to the official, Catherine Chang.
First of all,
got to earn your keep.
yeah, you do. The mop included.
Under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Fever up by 4, defending left side. Jackson thought about it, guarded by Howard. Now she unloads and connects. So Rakia Jackson with a couple of early triples, and the Fever lead trimmed to 1. Mitchell, top of the key, shot fake, guarded by Plum, bouncing on the Crypto.com Arena logo right side. Jump pass, AB up top for 3, misses to the right, and a defensive rebound for Ray Burrell for the Sparks, their 6th player. As now Jackson goes behind the back, driving left and lays it in. 22-21, the Fever suddenly trail. 7-0 run for the Sparks, powered by Jackson.
That was nasty, nasty work, Jackson.
Rifling a pass, it's Mitchell to Howard, rim right for 2. Kelsey threw a fastball inside, and Howard had the hands for it and the finish.
Yeah, threading the needle, Kelsey Mitchell.
Now it's Burrell, right baseline drive, and she puts it in. Back and forth, Fever down 24-23, 1:50 left in the first quarter. Boston between the rings to Mitchell, right side, uncorks a 3. Misses to the left, rebound Jackson for LA. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Kelsey Plum, trying to drive by Lexi Hole, slows her down. Plum driving, Lexi falls, and Plum scores. 26-23, Fever down by 3 with 90 seconds to go in quarter 1. Sydney Colson calls out a play with her left hand. Lolly pops a pass to AB, arc left, shovel pass, Mitchell downhill, finds Boston right on the rim, and she puts it in. Couple of dimes here for Kelsey in the last 2 minutes, and the Fever are within 1. It's 26-25.
It's like clockwork. When that offensive fluidity is going, it just nobody can stop them.
Rink turnaround in front of the foul line, left it short, rebound Howard. Colson playing point to Howard, right perimeter. Tosh trying to hand it off to Kelsey. Mitchell gets it, explodes downhill right, and she's fouled with 49 seconds to go in the quarter. Third foul on LA. 26-25. Fever down 2, but Mitchell will head to the line with a chance to give Indiana the lead again.
That looked like she got bopped on the head there unintentionally. You can tell because her ponytail's a little messed up, so definitely no review there. But the downhill attack, I've heard Coach Stephanie White talk about before McDonald got to the team. It was all Kelsey Mitchell, the only one going downhill, the ability to go downhill. So adding McDonald to the roster has helped Kelsey Mitchell tremendously, along with everybody else. But if we're talking specifically Kelsey Mitchell's game, it has helped her tremendously. She doesn't have to do as much going down and creating for others. But she can, because clearly she's had those 2 dimes of assists.
Absolutely, as Mitchell makes the first, now before the second, heads over to the bench, where athletic trainer Maria Whitty is applying something towards Kelsey's left hand. Remember, she is a lefty. Maybe a minor cut there. Score knotted at 26 with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Mitchell now spins the orange and white ball, spins it again. Couple of bounces, puts it up and in. So far here in the opening stanza, 3 ties and 7 lead changes. Fever in front, 27-26. Alamon, 5'8" from Belgium. On the handle for the Sparks. Chest pass, right wing. Jackson in front of her team's bench. Guarded by Boston. Picks up the dribble. Skip pass, left corner. Catch and shoot, Burrell. No good. And a rebound for the Fever. Indiana in Navy, left to right. Only a 3-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. They'll try to get a good one here. Colson on the dribble. On the purple and gold logo, center court. Jackson picks her up. 8 on the shot clock. Colson starts to drive right. Pick and pop with Mitchell. 3 on the shot clock. Mitchell feeds inside to Boston, who loses it. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Alamod, floater between the rings. Bricked it. And that wraps up the first period at Crypto.com Arena. Tight one so far, and it's the Fever 27, the Sparks 26, and this battle between the two hottest teams in the W. Second quarter after this, you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Hey fans, Sophie Cunningham here. If you have private student loan debt and are behind or even in default, you gotta call my friends at YRefi. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. And YRefi does not care what your credit score is. Just give them a call at 888-YRefi-34. That's 888-YRefi-34. Or go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
I'm Lynn Dunn, Senior Advisor to the Indiana Fever. I've seen the power of women who lead, at home, on the court, and in life. If you think your child may be showing signs of autism, trust your gut. Early detection matters. Don't wait, don't wonder. Visit daymar.org today. You'll find answers, support, and a team that walks beside you. Every child deserves a chance, and the right assist can change everything.
Fever fans, get ready to bring the heat. It's game day and Chicken Salad Chick is here to fuel your fandom. With 12 fresh made-from-scratch chicken salad flavors, pimento cheese, and egg salad, we've got the perfect meal for every fan. Dine in with us, grab a meal to go, or order ahead for pickup. With 7 local restaurants, deliciousness is always within reach. Chicken Salad Chick is a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. Visit chickensaladchick.com to order now.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more at the grand opening of the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com.
Cover me!
This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Chelsea leading all scorers with 10 points in the first quarter, and the Fever lead the Sparks 27-26 in LA, where the Stars are out. Ashton Kutcher in the building with his partner Neil Akunis. Ashton originally from Iowa, so he was an early CC fan, and even though CC's not in uniform tonight, with the team on the bench.
I love that. I love both of their work. Very happy with the fact that they're here.
Some more celebrities as well we'll get to later, but second quarter now underway as the Fever go left to right, and Navy in gold. Sydney Colson, KK Timpson, Damiris Dantas, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull out there. As Colson splits defenders, passes to Sophie, feeds left corner, Lexi for 3. It doesn't drop. KK active on the offensive glass, and it's out of bounds off the Sparks. Last touch by Ray Burrell. And so KK, who did not play on Sunday at Seattle, but has been coming along well here in her rookie season, has that great bounce on the O glass.
Yeah, she does, and she brings a lot to this game.
Baseline out of bounds, Colson to Hull, shot fake, drives, Brink blocks it out of bounds underneath. Cameron Brink, and the second pick in last year's draft, played in 15 games, that unfortunately suffered not just a season-ending knee injury, but one that kept her out for 13 months. Baseline out of bounds to Sophie. She's on fire. A left wing 3. It's her second 3 so far tonight, and she has been the best shooter in the W for about a month now.
She's doing it, and it just looks about as smooth as it can get, and the Sparks better find her. It's going to be a long night.
Fever up 30-26, 50 seconds gone by. Second quarter, pick and pop. Brink for 3 over Hull, the former Stanford teammates. Too strong off glass. Rebound defensively for the Fever. Colson across midcourt. Gets by Alamon. Passes right wing. Cunningham driving baseline. Sophie towards the left arc. Shovels it off to Dantas. Back to Cunningham. Drive. Kicks. Right wing. Colson. Shot fake. Step back. 3. Misses to the right. Defensive rebound. LA. Sparks in gold. Right to left. Right baseline. Azure Stevens trying to back down Dantas. Resets on the right perimeter. It's Alamon maneuvering on the right baseline, and she banks it in. 30-28. Fever the lead, and the ball left to right. 95 seconds through the second quarter. Pull between the rings, angling left. Guns a pass to Cunningham left corner near the Fever bench. Guarded by Burrell, going baseline. Sophie shot swatted by Brink. Rory has 3 blocks in the first half. In transition, Burrell, left perimeter, shot fake, driving right, dishes towards the corner, going home, a turnover. And the Fever get it with 8:03 to go in the opening half, ahead 30-28. Brink right now showing everyone why in college he was the National Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. And just, it was already in the air. It was already not on its way down, but far away from Cunningham, and she has the arm span, the wingspan.
Yeah, she's 6'4", wingspan closer to being 7 feet, as there's a whistle away from the ball against the Sparks. Pauses the clock with 7:54 to go in the second quarter. Foul on Burrell. Her first, team's first in the period. By the way, officially, Brink has 4 blocks in 7 minutes, though she is 0 for 5 shooting.
Yeah. And that offense will definitely come, but she can definitely control her defense as she works her way back.
Colson snaps it into Dantas. Skip pass to Colson, right wing between the legs dribble. Sydney in the purple paint. Floater, back rim, no. KK again trying to get an offensive rebound, but this time it's out underneath off of her left hand. And the Sparks have it with 7:42 to play and quarter number 2.
Somebody say go Sparks!
LA, right to left. As holdout pressures Kelsey Plum near the logo. Plum, pick and roll, gets it to Hamby, who scores left of the hoop. It was Plum threading the needle with a bounce pass. LA's offense is pretty pick and roll heavy. That's a big factor here in this game if the Fever can defend it. Right now tied at 30, 7:10 to go. In the second quarter, Dantas misfires for 3 up top. Rebound LA. Sparks again right to left. Julie Van Loo, left wing, contested 3, overhaul, no. Offensive rebound. Burrell came skying in for it. And out through 2 defenders, puts it up, good, in a foul. What an effort by Ray Burrell. The 6'2", fourth-year forward out of Tennessee.
Yeah, that was just pure hustle. She hustled in to get the offensive rebound, and then she stayed on the attack and went through the contact. That was just a second effort, those winning plays. And if you have enough of them, you usually come up on the positive end.
She flexed on the floor, now wearing a white headband. At the line left side with the Kings banners for their Stanley Cup titles in the background. Swish on the free throw, and all of a sudden the Fever down by 3, 6:50 to go, second quarter. Indiana had been up by 6. It's Cunningham receiving a great pass from Dantas right to the basket and scoring off glass. 33-32, Fever within 1, 6:38 to go, second quarter. Van Loo pick and pop with Hamby, dribble handoff Plum near the right elbow. Again gets it to the roller. This time it's Hamby left to the basket with her back to the rim. Acrobatic shot good. 35-32. Fever trailing. McDonald playing point to Cunningham. Touch pass. Dantas. Rim right for 2. Tic-tac-toe. Clinical passing as now Plum, like Jared Goff, touchdown pass down the floor to Hamby, who lays it in right of the rim. Timeout, Fever. Stephanie White unpleased with the lack of transition defense as the Fever trail the Sparks 37-34 with 6:09 to go in the second quarter, and it's a break in the action. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
What's the hottest ticket in town? The Indiana Fever. The best way to get there? Indigo. Catch the fever by catching the bus. Indigo's Mikey acts as your fast break pass to experience high-octane Fever basketball, all while avoiding parking fees and traffic jams. Plan your Fever game night with Indigo. Visit indigo.net/how-to-ride to plan your trip and get connected to Mikey. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the game. Indigo, the best way to catch the fever.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
This is Jeff Wheeler, business manager of IBEW Local 481. We power the moments that matter most and provide the tech that makes it all possible. From the schools where your kids learn and the healthcare facilities that care for your loved ones to the excitement of every big game, IBEW Local 41 is at the heart of it all. Whether it's game day or every day, our union members ensure everything runs smoothly. IBEW Local 481, proudly powering your community.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to recognize U.S. Foods, a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. At U.S. Foods, quality is their top priority. From sourcing the finest ingredients to delivering exceptional products, they are committed to helping customers succeed. Whether it's in the kitchen or on the court, they support the highest levels of excellence. Thank you, U.S. Foods, for your dedication to quality and supporting our team, who's also driven to be the best. U.S. Foods, we help you make it.
This is Natasha Howard, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Tosh so far with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, but the Fever trail the Sparks in LA 37-34 with 6:09 left in the first half. Thanks for staying up late with us with Bria Goss. I'm John Nolan. Game 3 of this season-long 4-game road trip. So far, so good. Dating back to last week at home, the Fever have won 5 in a row. They won 5 in a row late last season, trying to get a 6th consecutive victory now for the first time in a decade, but currently down by 3.
Yeah, and it's possible. You know, it's one of those things that they got to work hard. It's not going to be an easy game by any means, just because of how strong LA is, but you got to be able to come out knowing that you can get the dub.
This one means a little bit more to Ari McDonald, who played for the Sparks last year, was in training camp with them this year, and then waived.
Yeah.
Playing point guard. And as the Fever get back to it, a foul called on LA off ball. Sophie Cunningham was cutting, and she got fouled by Julie Van Loo. So McDonald now with a sideline out of bounds near the Fever bench. Tosses it into Mitchell. Back to McDonald. Gets a screen from Boston. Ari passes to Kelsey. Left perimeter. Lob. Left block. For Boston, no good. Offensive rebound, though. Chased down by Ari. 2 on the shot clock. Howard, right elbow jumper. Does not draw iron as it hit the backboard. Rebounded by the Sparks' Kelsey Plum. Happy-go-lucky personality with a smile. Tried to get away with it soccer style, like play on.
Yeah. And she was just trotting down the floor. You know, she's a competitor, and she's very, very spicy at times, but boy, does she have so much respect for the game and love the game and plays with so much passion so she can have fun with it, too.
Second all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball after only Caitlin. By the way, speaking of soccer, I think Tobin Heath, a longtime member of the women's national team here, recently retired. Camby driving right lane, and she banks it in. Fever down 39-34 as the Sparks make a run here at Crypto. Howard left elbow passes Boston right arc. Quick one over to Cunningham, driving to the foul line. Dishes left corner, Ari. Ari bounce pass, left baseline, Tosh on the Sparks logo. Gets into the purple paint, muscles it up with the right hand. Good over Stevens. Tough take for Tosh. And it's 39-36. Fever within 3 midway through the second quarter.
Got to give it to the Sparks. They're making us work for every single bucket.
Van Loo, left wing, unloads at 3. It's good. 42-36, Fever trailing. Boston running the floor. Nearly lost it on the baseline. Saves it to Mitchell left corner. Reset up top with Sophie. Sophie skip pass left corner. AB fakes the pass inside. Instead goes to Sophie. Left perimeter. Sophie driving. Left lane. Left it short. Rebound LA. Plum across the logo at midcourt. The All-Star to the left elbow, Euroing inside, shot goes in and out. Heartbreak for the Sparks. Fever ball down by 6, 4:20 to go, second quarter. McDonald pick and roll with Howard. Right block, back to the basket, looking for help. Finds Airy between the rings. Airy towards the left elbow, snaps it to Howard. Right wing, looking inside for AB, and she's fouled by Stevens, who is draped on her back. 4:09 to go in the second quarter, and the Fever down by 6.
We're moving the ball well. I think we're doing a really good job, not only going from one side to the other, but the inside-out game, our transition game. I think the defense can step it up just a little bit and make it a little bit more difficult, but I like where the offense is headed.
Ball movement has been great of late, as now a whistle is called against the Fever on an offensive foul right after the sideline out of bounds. Now goes on Kelsey Mitchell. Her second, team's first in the second quarter. 4 and change to play till halftime. Stevens left arc, hand off to Jackson, goes towards the right elbow, crosses back over to the left, inside, bounce pass, finds him, who banks it in, right to the hoop. 44-36, this is the biggest disparity in the score for either side all night. Airy step back over Plum, misses to the right, rebounded by Alamon. Alamon pushing, cross-court pass left to right to Plum, hesitation at the arc, now drives in the paint and scores. 46-36. The Fever had been up by a half dozen, now trailing by 10. Howard, right perimeter, triple threat, pitches it off to Kelsey, who dribbles to the right elbow, spins out. Wow, what a pass inside to Tosh for 2. Are you kidding me, Kelsey?
Ooh, just nasty. And does a little spin around, no look again, right to Howard.
Whipped it by several defenders. Now it's Plum left corner, rising fire. Oh, McDonald knocks it down. It's a 3, and it's an 11-point deficit for the Fever. 49-38. Indiana coming off of a great defensive performance against Seattle. Not so much here today. Bailed out, though, a foul on the Sparks with 2:45 to go in the second quarter. And so the Fever have the ball when we come back. 2:45 till halftime. Indiana trails at LA 49-38. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Need a winning play for your halftime hunger? Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. We make every recipe from scratch daily with the freshest ingredients because you deserve nothing less than delicious. Enjoy 12 varieties of chicken salad, pimento cheese, and egg salad at any of our 7 local restaurants. Chicken Salad Chick is a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. Learn more at chickensaladchick.com.
From hook shots to fishing hooks and backyard grills to lake chills, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun this season. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local Academy or shop academy.com for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
When it comes to your education, WGU helps you stay in the game. Whether you're working full-time, raising a family, or juggling both, WGU's online accredited programs help you earn a degree in business, technology, education, or healthcare on your schedule. You can even score your degree faster by taking tests and turning in assignments as soon as you're ready. Join the thousands of students across Indiana who are making big plays for their future. Learn more at WGU.edu.
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up with these great deals. Captain Morgan half gallons for $24.99, Evan Williams Black half gallons for $22.99, and Seagram 7 half gallons or Hennessy pints for $19.99. Gimmick Ultra 16-ounce 12-packs for $17.99, Budweiser and Bud Light 16-ounce 12-packs for $13.99, XXL flavored wines for $9.99, and Svedka and Benjamin 50 mils for just 69 cents. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
This is Sophie Cunningham, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Sophie coming off of a season-high 17 points in Seattle Sunday with 8 points so far in this first half, yet the Fever trail the Sparks all of a sudden 49-38, 2:45 to go in quarter two. Bria, what did the Fever need to clean up here?
Yeah, well, one, on the defensive end, I think the Sparks just look too comfortable, and we're trying to either trap or ice the screen or even some switches there, and we got to be able to react a little bit quicker, see if we can get some hands on the balls just to muck it up a little bit more.
Fever led by one through the first quarter, have been outscored by a dozen since then. Half court on the right side in the navy and gold. Kelsey passes to Airy, left wing to right wing. Airy, chest pass. Kelsey up top, wants three. Give her three. Kelsey Mitchell's a bucket. And it's 49-41. Fever within 8, 2:25 to go, first half.
And she did not like that shooting show that she put on last game, so now she's giving us a real one this one. I'm loving it.
The All-Star has been one of the best scorers in the league this year. Julie Alamon near LA's bench, guarded by Sophie. 3 on the shot clock. Kelsey Plum has it between the rings, shoots over Mitchell. No good, but a foul is called. And Plum scheduled to shoot 3 free throws, although Sophie twirling her right index finger in the direction of the Fever bench, where Steph White looks back to video coordinator Adam Helmer, who has a computer on his lap. You get a look at the replay up on the big screen above the court. What do you think, Bria?
Landing space.
So, yeah, not only is it potentially an issue as to whether or not it was just merely a foul, but it could be a landing space violation, in which that's like essentially a flagrant. They got possession of the ball as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, two of the officials right now, Angelica Suffren and Catherine Chang, are at the scorer's table midcourt across from us with 2:05 left in the first half. Right now, the Fever's 5-game winning streak in jeopardy, and we have a chance to remind you that it takes guts to win and the same courage to do work that changes lives. So join Daymar and make a difference for kids with autism and the families who love them. Visit daymar.org today. That's DANAR.org. Your thoughts on the situation here, whether or not Mitchell impeded the landing space of Plum?
Well, yeah, she definitely by no means hit Kelsey Plum on the way up on the shot. And honestly, it looked like she was getting ready to contest, put her hand down, kind of skinnied up a little bit, just so that she made sure that she didn't touch. And it just so happened that Kelsey Plum landed, her foot landed on Kelsey Mitchell's foot there. So I'm not sure. I mean, she tried everything she could to contest the shot without fouling and still got penalized for it. What do you do?
Yeah, that's tough. 2:05 to go, second quarter. Fever down 49-41 as it stands here out in LA. First of a couple times that the Fever play here this month. Well, the sounds of New Jersey player through the speakers here. Karaoke Bon Jovi style.
Yes.
Here in this building that opened back in 1999. Formerly known as the Staples Center. It seats about 19,000 for basketball. Got some open seats all the way up top, but the seating bowl down low just about filled in. Lots of suites here. Multiple levels of suites between the lower bowl and the upper level.
Yeah, they're definitely doing the karaoke.
Carly Rae Jepsen in the mix.
Rise to the level of a flagrant foul. It'll be a common foul on Kelsey Mitchell. That's her third personal, second Fever team foul. And at the line, shooting three, Kelsey Plum.
So if you can make it out there, the public address announcer, here it goes by Hootie Hoo, announcing that it is a common foul on Mitchell. So 3 free throws for Kelsey Plum, and a shocker, the first one in and out.
And what do we say? The ball don't lie.
Still a couple more for the 91% foul shooter, who ranks 6th in the league. And free throw percentage, the second, nothing but net. And not only does she make it at a high rate, she has attempted the 3rd most free throws in the league this year, after only Asia Wilson and Alicia Gray. Plum, in her 8th year out of Washington, standing at 5'8". And the Southpaw's 3rd one is good as an object gets thrown onto the court near the basket, which is a shame to see. Security will get to it now as the game stops with 2:05 left in the second quarter. And the Sparks up now 51-41. And so the Fever at 17-12 on the season, currently alone in 5th place in the WNBA standings. The Sparks at 12-15, right now tied with Washington for 9th. They're a game and a half back of the Golden State Valkyries for that 8th and final playoff spot. And for the Sparks, got off to a really slow start this year with a first-year head coach. Lots of new pieces for them. Similar story in some ways to the Fever, having a second-year standout dealing with injury, but they have really turned things on over the last month or so as we're back to action. Airy playing point, goes left around a top screen towards the sideline near the Fever bench, picks up the dribble, bounce pass to AB, triple teamed. Boston now backing down Hamby into the purple paint, spin move, can't score it on the first try, second effort, blocked by Stevens. Sparks fall with 1:43 to go in the second quarter. Indiana down 10. Stays that way as Jackson misses a left corner 3, but the ball's out of bounds off the Fever. And the Sparks have it with 1:37 left in the half. 51-41. Julie Alamon inbounding on the baseline. Soft pass into Hamby. Misses a bunny left to the hoop. Gets the offensive rebound. Reload right wing. Plum driving on McDonald. Dishes up top. Stevens catch and shoot 3. And she drills it. At 6'6", Stevens has range. Better than 40% from 3 on the year. And the Fever are down 13 with 1:15 to go in the second quarter. Cunningham right perimeter, guarded by Plum, trying to direct the offense, tosses it to AB. AB driving right lane, shot fake, and she's fouled by Hamby, will shoot 2.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good call. I didn't hear the whistle, of course, because it's so loud in here yet again. But AB, who came down, missed the initial shot, got her rebound, got blocked. And what did she do? That didn't stop her. She's going to keep on going to see if she can make an impact for this team, see if they can cut the lead going into halftime.
1:07 till the intermission. Boston's first free throw, good. And we'll have one more here on the right side. And that's the end with the Lakers and Sparks championship banners, retired numbers as well. Lisa Leslie's number 9 retired for the Sparks. They actually refer to this as Lisa Leslie Court.
Yeah.
Her number 9 is in the corner near the LA bench. Second free throw, pure. It's 54-43. The Fever trail with a minute to go in the second quarter. Cunningham got her hand in a cookie jar, guarding Jackson underneath the basket. It's out of bounds underneath. Last touch by Cunningham. They do a really nice job here at Crypto.com Arena, not only with the retired numbers inside, but many statues outside.
Yes.
including for Chick Hearn, legendary former Lakers play-by-play broadcaster.
Yeah, that's a lot of respect there. It's just from the sense of they have great, outstanding Hall of Fame caliber players, and then some broadcasters too. It's amazing.
Aaron Vince Scully's old hometown down the road from Dodger Stadium. Sparks turn it over. Fever have it left to right. 45 seconds to go in the half. Indiana down 11. Boston right perimeter. Shovel pass to Alexi over to Airy. Left wing three. In and out heartbreak, and it's rebounded by the Sparks. LA right to left. Alamon left perimeter. Slowed down by Howard. Gets it to a cutting plum in the purple paint. Bounce pass left corner. Cameron Brink not looking to shoot. Gives it to Alamon. Shot clock under 10. Alamon step back three over Howard. Short. Rebound for the 5'6" McDonald. She got knocked in the head. No call. Passes on the left sideline to Cunningham, who slows it down. Shot clock off. 9 seconds to go in the half. Fever trying to chip into an 11-point deficit. McDonald goes downhill left. Passes to Howard. Left wing. Launches a three. Short. Not the shot the Fever wanted that setting. And that does it for the first half. The Fever trail the Sparks 54-43.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, the Fever have done such a good job not only limiting three-point shots from the other team, but they weren't making a lot of shots. And here, right now, I think the Sparks are doing a good job. They're 7 for 14 from the three-point line. I think that's a huge indicator of where our mindset needs to change in that locker room.
20 minutes to try to turn things around and extend the 5-game winning streak, but certainly not easy here against a Sparks team that has won 6 of 7. They've shown a lot of grit as well. They last time out beat the Storm in Seattle also. That was back on Friday, so they're a bit better rested and back at home, trying to build off of what was a double overtime win in Seattle. Coming up during the half, we'll listen back to highlights from the first couple of quarters. Bria will break things down, get you set for the second half in downtown LA, where the Fever trail the Sparks 54-43. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Better Water starts with a free water analysis from C&J Water, proud partner of the Indiana Fever. From hard water solutions to pure, great-tasting drinking water, C&J Water is committed to helping you enjoy better water in every glass, load of laundry, and shower. Schedule your free water analysis today at cnjwater.com and discover how much better your water can be. C&J Water, local, trusted, and the choice of the Indiana Fever.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yeah, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
Hey fans, Sophie Cunningham here. If you have private student loan debt and are behind or even in default, you gotta call my friends at YRefi. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. And YRefi does not care what your credit score is. Just give them a call at 888-YRefi-34. That's 888-YRefi-34. Or go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
Disney's Descendant Zombies Worlds Collide Tour, live in concert, Friday, August 8th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. A one-of-a-kind live concert experience starring Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colley, and Makana Knife, live on stage, singing all the hits from the movies. Tickets on sale now at DescendantZombiesLive.com.
This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Congrats to Kells in the first half, 13 points at team high. She now has more than 4,500 points for her career. Pretty incredible stuff, and she's done all of that with the Fever after she was drafted second overall out of Ohio State back in 2018. However, Kelsey and the Fever are behind 54-43 at the half. Once again, thanks so much for hanging out with us here late night, some W After Dark. I'm John Nolan with Bria Goss. Our engineer to our right, Jake Warner. Eddie Garrison back in Indy. He's the one we really need to make sure got some caffeine in him today. We know he's working hard on Query and Company, producing, even asking Steph White some questions earlier this afternoon. Yeah, Bria. Unfamiliar spot for the Fever right now, a double-digit deficit here as they have come into this game winning 5 in a row.
Yeah, and it's double digits now, but there's still plenty of basketball to be played. I think there's a few things that we just need to tune up to really get back on track. One, our ball screen defense is just not disruptive enough. We got to come out. We got to put some hands on the balls. We got to apply a little bit more pressure, see if we can speed them up, just because the Sparks just look too comfortable. I mean, my goodness, De'Erica Hamby, who is just sprinting down the lane, and somebody like Kelsey Plum is finding her every single time. We're just moving without the ball, so we have to stay on that. And then our help side defense as well, moving with the purpose from one side to the other is definitely going to help that. So we've got to come out focused and ready to go.
Yeah, Hamby has 14 points in 14 minutes, 5 rebounds as well. As a team, the Sparks shooting 56%. You know, on the off night here in LA last night, you and I, we had a good time. We checked out the Dodgers game.
Yes.
We saw De'Erica Hamby there. We were hoping maybe she had an even more fun time, but she came to play here tonight, and she's been a problem for the Fever. By the way, one more note on Kelsey Mitchell with the 4,500-plus career points. The 4th fastest guard in WNBA history to accomplish that, according to @Fever Stats on social media. Wow. So, assuming that's correct,
man, that's huge.
All the more impressive.
That's huge.
Right now, let's take a listen back to highlights from the first 2 quarters. Fever quickly go left to right as they trail 11-7, almost 2 minutes through. Boston on the bounce, left perimeter, handoff. Mitchell unloads a 3 up top. Everyone's on fire. Kelsey connects for 3, and it's rebounded by Howard. Finds Donald in the backcourt towards the Fever bench as AB posts on Brink. Gets it left elbow, faces up. AB picks up the dribble, skip past Aries, sends it Sophie, one more, right corner. Kelsey for 3, splash. Cindy Colson calls out a play with her left hand. Lolly pops a pass to AB. Arc left. Shovel pass. Mitchell downhill. Finds Boston right at the rim, and she puts it in. That wraps up the first period at Crypto.com Arena. Tight one so far. And it's the Fever 27. The Sparks 26. Baseline out of bounds to Sophie. She's on fire. On left wing 3. It's her second 3 so far tonight. 35-32. Fever trailing. McDonald playing point to Cunningham. Touch pass. Dantes. Rim right for 2. Tic-tac-toe. Clinical passing. Howard. Right perimeter. Triple threat. Pitches it off to Kelsey, who dribbles to the right elbow. Spins out. Wow, what a pass inside to Tosh for 2. Are you kidding me, Kelsey? That does it for the first half. The Fever trail the Sparks 54-43. All right, trying to have a wholesome time here tonight at Crypto.com Arena. The Fever trail the Sparks 54-43. Coming up, we'll go over some more of the numbers here from Bria. Analysis from the first half as Indiana is down 54-43 in La La Land. And you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
This is the exclusive radio home of the Indiana Fever.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
The The Indiana Fever trust Ortho Indy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game-time injuries to everyday mishaps, Ortho Indy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. Ortho Indy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. Ortho Indy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Hosting a watch party? Score big with catering from Chicken Salad Chick. From tailgates to team celebrations, we bring fresh, flavorful chicken salad inside straight to your event. With 12 crave-worthy flavors, there's something for every fan. Order your game day spread at chickcatering.com. Proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to recognize U.S. Foods, a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. At U.S. Foods, quality is their top priority. From sourcing the finest ingredients to delivering exceptional products, they are committed to helping customers succeed. Whether it's in the kitchen or on the court, they support the highest levels of excellence. Thank you, U.S. Foods, for your dedication to quality and supporting our team, who's also driven to be the best. U.S. Foods, we help you make it.
This is Natasha Howard, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Interesting box score for the Fever in the first half. They only turned the ball over one time. That is ridiculously good ball control, and yet they trail the Sparks in LA 54-43. Indiana shooting just 38% from the floor. 5 of 19 from 3, 26%. They're 6 for 6 at the line. Sparks, they've been cooking. 56% from the field, 50% from 3, 7 of 14, and they're 3 for 4 at the line.
Yes, and it's one thing to come into your own home and know the rims and be comfortable, and this is your crowd, and using your crowd for you to continue, but just like when we were home in Gamebridge and we had a double-digit lead, especially going into the fourth quarter, they somehow rallied against a lot of odds. So coming back, we should definitely be able to do the same, especially when we have people like Kelsey Mitchell, who is in her bag tonight and doing just such a phenomenal job, not only creating her shot for others, but for herself as well and knocking it down.
How's your bag game going? I saw you going to one of those high-end fashion stores here near the arena earlier.
Oh, you saw that? Yes, Zara's. You know what? We don't have Zara's at home, so every time I'm in a city that has Zara's, I have to go. And yes, I did get something luxurious.
Working on that sponsorship. We've got the second half coming up next. Fever down 54-43 in LA. You're listening to Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same-game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
What's the hottest ticket in town? The Indiana Fever. The best way to get there? Indigo. Catch the Fever by catching the bus. Indigo's Mikey acts as your fast break pass to experience high-octane Fever basketball, all while avoiding parking fees and traffic jams. Plan your Fever game night with Indigo. Visit indigo.net/how-to-ride to plan your trip and get connected to Mikey. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the game. Indigo, the best way to catch the fever.
I'm Lynn Dunn, Senior Advisor to the Indiana Fever. I've seen the power of women who lead at home, on the court, and in life. If you think your child may be showing signs of autism, trust your gut. Early detection matters. Don't wait, don't wonder. Visit daymar.org today. You'll find answers, support, and a team that walks beside you. Every child deserves a chance, and the right assist can change everything.
When it comes to your education, WGU helps you stay in the game. Whether you're working full-time, raising a family, or juggling both, WGU's online accredited programs help you earn a degree in business, technology, education, or healthcare on your schedule. You can even score your degree faster by taking tests and turning in assignments as soon as you're ready. Join the thousands of students across Indiana who are making big plays for their future. Learn more at WGU.edu.
From buzzer beaters to buzzbait and cornhole to canoes, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local indie stores in Avon, Westfield, Greenwood, and Bloomington for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Time for the third quarter at Crypto.com Arena. Fever trailing the Sparks 54-43. Indiana's 5-game winning streak on the line, and for that matter, trying to stop a 2-game skid against LA.
Yep, and it's more than possible. There's no time for doubt. We should come in with a lot of confidence, especially in the second half. I'm pretty sure there was a stern talking to in the locker room, so I'm excited to see what happens in the first 4 minutes.
Starting 5 for the Fever. Harry McDonald bounce pass inside, looking for Boston near the left block. It was touched out of bounds by Los Angeles. Baseline out of bounds. McDonald standing on the second S in Sparks. Chest pass. Sophie, left wing, gives it up. AB, top of the key, dribble handoff. Kelsey, pick and roll. AB, right elbow jumper, strong. Rebound, Sparks. 54-43, 20 seconds into the third quarter. Willie Alamon angling right, guarded by McDonald. And the arena logo right side to Plum between the rings. Pick and roll with Hamby, left elbow, driving and passing and fouled. With 9:27 to go in the third quarter. The 6'3" Hamby took a hard fall around the right elbow. Foul going on Boston. Bumped her with the right shoulder as the athletic trainer Carissa Shearer comes off the bench to help out Hamby. And the officials now indicate that this will turn into a timeout for the Sparks. And it'll be a timeout for us also, just 33 seconds into this third quarter as the entire roster for LA gathers around their teammate. And now we will step aside with 9:27 to go in the third quarter, and the Fever down 54-43 in LA. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Fever fans, get ready to bring the heat. It's game day, and Chicken Salad Chick is here to fuel your fandom. With 12 fresh, made-from-scratch chicken salad flavors, pimento cheese, and egg salad, we've got the perfect meal for every fan. Dine in with us, grab a meal to go, or order ahead for pickup. With 7 local restaurants, deliciousness is always within reach. Chicken Salad Chick is a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. Visit chickensaladchick.com to order now.
Better Water starts with a free water analysis from C&J Water, proud partner of the Indiana Fever. From hard water solutions to pure, great-tasting drinking water, C&J Water is committed to helping you enjoy better water in every glass, load of laundry, and shower. Schedule your free water analysis today at cnjwater.com and discover how much better your water can be. C&J Water, local, trusted, and the choice of the Indiana Fever.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks.
Yep.
With those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
Disney's Descendant Zombies Worlds Collide Tour, live in concert, Friday, August 8th at Cambridge Fieldhouse. A one-of-a-kind live concert experience starring Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colley, and Makana Knife, live on stage, singing all the hits from the movies. Tickets on sale now at DescendantZombiesLive.com.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
This is Sophie Cunningham, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
After LA's injury timeout, their ball on the right side up 54-43 with 9:25 to go in the third quarter, and the Sparks execute the sideline out of bounds, get Rakia Jackson wide open right of the basket, and she easily scores it off the window. 13-point hole for the Fever in LA. Mitchell left arc, chest pass, Howard right elbow. Looks for a handoff to McDonald, now bounce pass to her. Instead it winds up with Boston left elbow. Shot clock down to 2. Kelsey right elbow, fadeaway jumper, in and out. Rebound Jackson, and she's fouled by McDonald. Former teammates. 8:55 to go third quarter. Second foul against the Fever here so far in the second half.
That last bucket that was so wide open and looked like a push-off from Jackson, and Sophie gave an earful to the ref because of it, just to watch it, make sure that she finished.
Yeah, that explains why she was so wide open.
Wide open.
8 on the shot clock for LA on the right side. Alamon pick and roll with Hamby still in the game, and then trying to scoop it in. Misses badly right at the backboard. Fever ball. 90 seconds into the third quarter, Fever trailing 56-43. Boston angling right towards the LA bench. Dribble handoff to Mitchell. A whistle, and it's on the Sparks. Goes against Alamon reaching in. First foul of the half against LA. Alamon from Belgium. They won Eurocup this year. Jaron Jackson Jr. makes his way to a seat courtside.
Yeah. Who is that?
Kelsey Mitchell, right wing, hits a three.
On the show.
Fever need it all right now within 10, 56-46, 8:05 to go. Alamon right arc. Passes towards the right corner. Stevens guarded by Howard. She spins on her. Stevens going baseline and hustles it in off the window. 58-46. Indiana down a dozen. McDonald veers towards the right wing. Starts to go towards the corner. Passes between the rings. Mitchell jabs left. Dribbles right. Dishes Howard. Feeds right block. Boston who scores. Nice high-low game. Howard to Boston with 7:35 left in the third. Indiana down 58-48. Plum with the handles, launches over Cunningham, and the three swirls out. Wow. Again, that rim is not tight enough on the right side. It's been happening all night. Mitchell pulls for three. Short. McDonald at 5'6" has the rebound and scores off glass. Height doesn't measure heart. Erie makes it 58-50 with 7:10 left in the third.
Yeah, that's how you get it done. Winning plays.
Jackson at the foul line. Back to the basket. Feeds left corner. Alamon three. No good. Rebound Howard. Tosh point forward. Right to left across midcourt. To the left baseline. Driving on Stevens. Back to the basket. Backing her down. In the purple paint. Turnaround shot. Doesn't go, but a foul called against LA with 6:50 remaining in the third quarter. Fever down 58-50.
And that high-low is something that they've been working on in practice. And it's definitely coming out here. Just that chemistry between Howard and Boston is looking very much like that CCAB connection, honestly.
Fever with 14 assists on their 19 made shots. As Howard shooting two on the left side, and the first misses off the left side of the rim. Tosh for the season, a 69% foul shooter. Shooting 55% from the field this year. That's the third best percentage in the league. She ranks top 10 in double-doubles recorded as well. Towards the end with the Kings banners and a second a switch. 58-51, Fever trailing. 6:45 to go, third quarter. Plum, perimeter right. Marked by McDonald. A screen from Jackson at the center court logo. Plum still dribbling. Mitchell gets a hand in the cookie jar. It's the steal for Tosh. Flash right to left. Feeds. Foul line. Mitchell. Mitty. Short. Rebound LA. Sparks left to right. Alamon. Left or right arc to Stevens up top. Catch and shoot three. And she makes it. The 6'6" Stevens from distance. She has 10 points, 3 rebounds, and now 3 for 3 from 3. Actually, 13 points. Boston post move, short but fouled by Hamby. 2 free throws coming. 6:04 left in the third. Fever down 61-51.
How has she not been invited to the three-point contest yet? Stevens needs to go.
They need to have more participants in the three-point shooting contest.
Yeah.
They have fewer in the WNBA than they do in the NBA, even though there's one less event on that night prior to the All-Star game. But that's a conversation for another time.
That's true.
First free throw for AB, 79% foul shooter, pops out. While we're talking about things that are a little bit ironic, so Jaren Jackson Jr., from Indianapolis, catching a Fever game in L.A., member these days of the Memphis Grizzlies. Was told that Jalen Green, now with the Suns, could be here tonight as well. Haven't noticed him yet, though. Second free throw good, 61-52. Fever trailing as Jackson drives right boulevard, misses. Hamby cleans up the glass and scores left of the rim. 63-52. McDonald downhill, left baseline, out to Howard, left arc. Tosh to the baseline. Bounce pass, left post, Boston to a cutting Howard, who scores! Left of the basket. That time it's Boston facilitating to Howard, 63-54, 5:25 to go in the third. Jackson has it in front of the Fever bench. Jab, drives, baseline, reverse layup is good. Rakia Jackson really emerging in the second half of the season for LA.
Yeah, no, she has completely turned around her game and is just so efficient on both sides of the floor, really.
Had a game-winning shot at New York. Sent the game to overtime in Seattle over the weekend. Mitchell explodes right lane and lays it in. 65-56. Jackson ahead of the pack. Right side layup, no good. Rebound, Indiana. No harm, no foul. Mitchell, left corner, rise and fire. It's good. Timeout, LA. 65-59 with 4:47 left in the third. The Fever had been down by 13, now within 6.
Man, I wish this was the third quarter, but that's okay.
Only home games, unfortunately.
Of course. No, that was a 5-point swing there. Looked like Jackson could have hit that layup, of course, under pressure. She thought she got fouled. We got the rebound, pushed the ball, and a wide open Kelsey Mitchell. Well, I'll take that 10 out of 10, and it just knocks down. She should be feeling good.
100% as Mitchell now up to 21 points. She's already eclipsed her season average of 19 a game. She has scored 5 more points than anyone else in this game. LA being led by Hamby with 16. By the way, you brought up the Curds quarter when the Fever outscore their opponent in the third quarter of any home game, then fans can score free cheese curds from Culver's. Next opportunity for that will come up on Saturday night against the Chicago Sky. It's an 8 o'clock tip on Saturday night. That'll be a national TV game on CBS. This game on CBS Sports Network, also airing locally on WTHR Channel 13, but we appreciate you sincerely finding us here on the radio side.
Yeah.
4:47 left in the third quarter in LA. Fever trailing 65-59. And by the way, on the subject of the schedule, still one more game on this road trip after tonight. That's Thursday at Phoenix. And a programming note, with Colts preseason kicking off in Baltimore, we'll be with you on 93 WIBC, 10 o'clock Thursday night. Back to it for the Sparks, left to right, and the gold and purple. Plum up top, lines up a 3, and connects. After timeout success for LA, it's 68-59. Fever with the ball, down 9. McDonald at point, bounce pass to Mitchell. Right arc, now she dribbles to the left perimeter, guarded by Plum. Kelsey, a little shake on the handle, step back from the foul line, jumper short. Lexi an offensive rebound. Passes right corner, AB back to Lexi. Sends it, Airy, left elbow, Airy searching, trying to get it to a cutting Lexi, and she traveled. Unfortunately, there's a lot of length on the court for the Sparks. Airy saw that Lexi was open. It came a tick late, and all of a sudden there were arms in the passing lane, and it threw Airy off.
That's why it's so important to have your hands up and be active. It really does make a huge difference. If their hands were down, that would have been an easy pass.
Long arms include those of Cameron Brink, who's in off the bench for the Sparks. It's her third game back after missing 13 months. And now Plum draws a foul against Hull. And if it was just about any other personalities, it could have gotten more chippy. That was an example right there of Kelsey Plum being a foul merchant. And she had something to say to Lexi, but it seemed to be friendly in nature, and they exchanged. At first, an intense look, then it seemed like more friendly.
Yeah, at least all smiles, maybe sarcasm, but I don't know. I think Lexi has that in her.
68-59. Tosh denies Brink near the rim. Flash with a major bounce. The Fever bench on their feet. Fever fans in LA amazed by the defense of the former W Defensive Player of the Year, still getting it done at age 33.
Just stuffed her. And then they call that. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, as the late great Chick Hearn would say here in the past, ticky-tack.
Exactly. I mean, especially after a block like that.
And they call it before the inbounds pass. So by rule here now, Plum gets a free throw, like a technical free throw, at the line all by herself. She bricked it. You said it before. Rasheed Wallace once said it. Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
91% free throw shooter has missed a couple now tonight, but back to a baseline out of bounds for LA with 3:43 to go in the third. Indiana on the wrong side of a 68-59 score. Inbound goes to Plum, who misses a bunny left of the rim. Mitchell's got the rebound. Kelsey downhill, right to left. Puts the moves on Brink. Now circles back out. Trying to drive on Brink. Can't. Nice defense. Over to Tosh on the right arc. To Lexi, right corner. Bounce pass to Tosh. Alamon reaching in. Knocks it out of bounds. Fever ball with 9 on the shot clock. 3:24 to go in the third. Spirited Sparks crowd here at Crypto.com Arena. Colson's the inbounder in front of the LA bench. Scanning. Finds Kelsey on the baseline. Shot clock at 5. Kelsey in the corner. Driving on Brink. Into the purple paint. And traveling. Cameron Brink showing that not only is she a rim protector, but she can get down in a stance as well.
Boy, I mean, the much taller Brink is pretty much applying some really good pressure on such a great downhill guard. That's tough. That's tough defense.
It's like at times they've had the 6'2 Jackson on the 5'6 McDonald's. Plum trying to draw a foul at midcourt, gives it up to Hamby, driving, shovel pass, left block, Brink guarded by her former college teammate Hull, skip pass, Jackson, 5 on the shot clock, Jackson driving left, lays it in, and has some words for Howard that earns her a technical foul. With 2:52 to go in the third quarter, 70-59, Fever behind, and the second-year player, too much chirping.
I think that's a sign that the refs are trying to get a hold of the game ever since the Brink block. Not the block on Brink, sorry.
See, the problem with what Jackson did to warrant that technical is that she went out of her way. Instead of getting back down the court on defense,
right,
she rerouted herself to get in the face of Howard. That's disrespectful. I understand the emotion of being caught up in the moment after an impressive play, but Mitchell takes advantage with the free throw at the left side. Fever ball now down 70-60. 2:52 to go in the third. Let's see. It's a moment worth writing down, as now a timeout is called. Called by the Fever. Who knows what the script could have in store here down the road from Hollywood. But if the Fever can get going right now, it could be an assist or a Kia Jackson with the silly T.
Yes, I agree. You gotta check your emotions, like you said. I mean, it was the flex, it was the body language, it was, I'm not sure what she said, I can't read lips, but whatever it was, the ref didn't like it. They're trying to get more of a control of the game, and honestly, that's how you get them out of their game. You continue to chip away. They're clearly, I mean, they're still down, by 10, but there's still plenty of basketball to be had. And if emotions get caught up in the game, Fever have a better chance of that.
Absolutely. 2:52 to go in the third. Fever down 70-60 here in L.A. Mentioned the next home game for Indiana coming up at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Saturday against Chicago. On the heels of this current 4-game road trip, it'll be a 3-game homestand. That includes a game a week from tonight against Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. And then also a week from Friday against the Washington Mystics. Sans Brittany Sykes. Trade news in the W today. Sykes traded from Washington to the Fever's last opponent, the Seattle Storm. That's notable for the Sparks here because LA is tied with Washington in the standings, just outside of that final playoff spot, and it sort of feels like Washington now trading an all-star like Sykes.
Yeah.
Not really going for the playoffs after all.
That was big news in the W today.
After the timeout, Mitchell from the foul line pulls and knocks it down. Kelsey's cooking. It's 70-62 with 2:35 to go. And Mitchell's up to 24 points here in Kobe's old house. Plum, top of the arc, sends it left side. Jackson for 3. A brick. Offensive rebound, though. Squirts all the way out to Plum. Passes to Brink near the Fever bench. Entry pass to Jackson. A foul is called against Sid Colson. As Bria would say, mouse in the house. As Colson at 5'8" was trying to contain the 6'2 Jackson.
Oh, you do listen to me. Wow, Sean.
You're welcome. 2:16 left, third quarter, 70-68. Fever hanging around, but bonus situation now, so Jackson shooting a pair. He was the 4th pick in last year's draft. LA has some young pieces to build with. First free throw drops in off the front of the Orange Iron. Here at Crypto.com Arena, up in the right corner. Not only is Kobe's 24 hanging in the rafters, by the way, but his number 8 also. 34 for Shaq. 16 for Paul Gasol, who was at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for WNBA All-Star festivities. Second free throw true as well for Jackson, so the Fever back down by 10 with 2 and change to go in the third. Mitchell at the controls, lollipops it to Howard, left arc. Tosh downhill left, step back over Brink, and it falls! Tosh a factor at both ends. She's got 15 points, a half dozen rebounds, 2 assists, and a big block. And now an offensive foul called on Brink, setting a screen top of the key as Mitchell toppled over.
Just pops right back up. Howard, 6 for 9 from shooting. She's having herself a night.
Well, really, per usual, third in the league in shooting percentage on the year. $1:47 left in the third. Fever down 72-64, moving right to left. They put Burrell on Mitchell. She probes to the right elbow, shovel pass. Dantas for 3, misses to the right. Rebound, Alamon, the guard for LA. Kick ahead, right sideline, Plum. Mitchell defending. Plum, blow by, into the paint. Lefty shot, good. Razzle-dazzle, showtime here in LA for Kelsey Plum. And it's 74-64, Fever down. Mitchell, right perimeter near the LA bench. No-look feed to Dantas, and her shot gets sent to Northern California by the Stanford alum Brink, but a foul is called. With 1:13 to go in the third, Brink got the ball, but body as well. She's telling her head coach, Lynn Roberts, to challenge. Lynn looks up at the large screens above the court. Now she's looking down her bench to her video coordinator, and she will challenge. With 1:13 left in the third quarter, keeping it here. Fever behind 74-64. We'll get another look here on our monitor, but your initial reaction?
Well, in game time speed, it did look clean. I didn't hear the whistle. It's super loud in here again. But after looking back, it's a lot of on the arms, too. And it looks like DD, who is going up strong. She went up, created the contact, but you still got to respect your space.
Interesting stat line for Cameron Brink tonight in her third game returning from injury. Currently with 4 blocks. We'll see whether or not she gets credit for a 5th if the call is overturned. In 12 minutes, 0 for 6 from the field. Missed a couple of 2s, 4 shots inside the arc, has 3 rebounds. Cameron Brink, one of the young stars in the W. Close friend of the Curry family.
Yeah.
Both of Cameron's parents played college basketball at Virginia Tech. That's where Steph's dad, Dell, hooped as well. And that's where Steph's mom, Sonia, also went to school. So Sonia Curry is actually Cameron's godmother.
Yeah, you would see the support from Steph Curry and the family going to her Stanford game. So that was always nice, and a great bridge from the NBA to NBA support women's basketball.
Fever will be coming back west again later this month. This is the longest road trip of the season, but then they'll have a 3-gamer starting on August 29th back here in LA. A couple nights later, play in San Francisco and play in Vegas too, as right now fans trying to entertain themselves during this Coach's Challenge. Dance cam going. 1:13 remaining in the third quarter, and the Fever behind 74-64 against the Sparks. Got a dance-off right now between a young lady and an older gentleman. Sparks fan in a number 30 jersey trying to keep up with Unk. It's a photo finish. I think you got to give it to the young fan with the glasses on, hoop earrings. Well done by her.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's so fun to see the crowd engagement, but they got
we got a lot of time to be engaged here during these lengthy reviews.
Are you going to do your dance?
Might get to that point. Angelica is suffering, though. The crew chief seems to be communicating something to the scorer's table. So our PA announcer, Hootie, will inform us here in a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, after review, the challenge was successful. LA will regain their timeout.
So give a block to Brink after all, giving an assist to our on-site engineer Jake Warner right there for helping us hear that. 74-64. So instead of Dantas at the line shooting two, chance to chip into the deficit. Sparks have the ball. 1 and change left in the third. Plum pick and roll with Jackson driving right on Howard. Spins fadeaway at the foul line, and it's a swish. Rakia Jackson, what a performance. A former Tennessee Volunteer now has 18 points on 7 of 13 shooting. Dantas left post gets it to a cutting Howard who misses, and then Dantas commits a foul going for the rebound. Actually, she gets lucky and they won't call it a foul. Instead, they just say it went out of bounds off of her, but she was arguably over the back. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Fever down a dozen, 76-64. Keep in mind, they only gave up 74 points over 4 quarters last time out on Sunday in Seattle.
Yeah, it's been a tough defensive night here for the Fever.
Sparks hot. They've won 6 of 7. Finding their form here in the second half of the season. Plum to Alamon. Left elbow, 7 on the shot clock. Plum fires a 3. Short, long rebound, Alamon. Shot clock resets to 14. About a 9-second difference. Shot clock to game clock is Alamon. Burns time. Shot clock at 5. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. Alamon picks up the dribble. 2 on the shot clock. It's going to be a shot clock violation with 8.7 seconds left in the third. Fever will get the ball, and it feels critical here. Now add a second. 9.6 seconds to go in the third, and it feels like a weighty possession here for Indiana to try to trim this 12-point deficit.
Yep, trying to have that momentum going into the fourth is going to be huge.
Need to turn the vibes around. It's Colson inbounding in the backcourt to Mitchell. Of course, Kelsey at the logo. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Kelsey pick and pop. Dantas gives it. Lexi, left wing, fumbled it, and the quarter ends. Through 3 quarters, the Fever trail the Sparks 76-64 in L.A. Fourth quarter after this, you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with Healthy Indiana plan benefits, we help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
The Indiana Fever trust Ortho Indy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game time injuries to everyday mishaps, Ortho Indy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. Ortho Indy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. Ortho Indy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. TNCs apply. Available in app only.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to recognize U.S. Foods, a proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever. At U.S. Foods, quality is their top priority. From sourcing the finest ingredients to delivering exceptional products, they are committed to helping customers succeed. Whether it's in the kitchen or on the court, they support the highest levels of excellence. Thank you, U.S. Foods, for your dedication to quality and supporting our team, who's also driven to be the best. U.S. Foods, we help you make it.
This is Jeff Wheeler, business manager of IBEW Local 481. We power the moments that matter most and provide the tech that makes it all possible. From the schools where your kids learn and the healthcare facilities that care for your loved ones to the excitement of every big game, IBEW Local 41 is at the heart of it all. Whether it's game day or every day, our union members ensure everything runs smoothly. IBEW Local 481, proudly powering your community.
This is Leah Boston, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
The Eastern Conference Player of the Week has 11 points and 6 rebounds, plus 3 assists and a block shot through 3 quarters, though the Fever trail the Sparks in LA 76-64. Fans here tonight were given purple rally towels, waving them around, getting hype here before the fourth quarter, led by the Sparks mascot, a fluffy dog named Sparky.
Yeah.
What kind of spark do the Fever need here to rally?
Well, one, again, staying on that defensive end, but on offense, finding the open player. I know Kelsey Mitchell, who's had a game, she can't do it all by herself, so we're going to have some other people step up.
Leading all scorers with 24, but the Sparks have 4 in double figures. Cameron Brink, not one of them, as she trips in the right corner, loses it out of bounds. That's the 10th turnover committed by LA. Fever somehow have only turned it over 4 times, but they're not shooting their normal numbers. 5 on the floor right now: Colson, Cunningham, McDonald, Boston, and for the first time tonight, Chloe Bibby. Newly acquired forward. Colson drives into the purple paint, flips it out top to Bibby. 10 on the shot clock. Handoff McDonald, right arc. Airy driving, shot off glass is good. A grad student scores. She's got a half dozen points. She has to write a 12-page paper here this week.
Superwoman, man.
76-66, 9:15 to play. Plum driving right baseline on McDonald. Flips it up, no, but a foul. And Plum will shoot a pair.
That help side, backside defense is just not there, a little late. If McDonald knew or were to trust that backside help to be there, she really could have just contest knowing that the help was coming, and it just hasn't been there tonight.
Is that a product of the offensive scheming for LA, or is that being a step slow?
Honestly, there's a lot of dangerous players on the court for the Sparks, and so if you're too hung up or too caught, quote-unquote, out of position or too far in help, the Sparks know how to whip the ball and find the open player. So I'm pretty sure that's a part of the game plan, but the adjustment needs to come if they're attacking.
Both free throws good for Plum. She has a team best 21 for LA. Fever in navy and gold, right to left. McDonald, right wing, shot fake, passes. Sydney, shot fake from the left wing, starts to go baseline, turnaround shot, misses off the front of the iron. Rebound LA. Plum, foot on the gas, left to right. Cunningham contains her. Plum towards the right corner. A switch. Boston on her. Sends it Jackson, left wing. Driving on Bibby. And uses her length to scoop it in. 80-66. This is now the largest deficit for the Fever tonight. McDonald between the rings. Guarded by Alamon. Uses a screen from Boston. From the left elbow. Jumper short. Loose ball. Boston scoops up the offensive rebound, gets it to Bibby, unloads a 3, misses to the left. Rebounded by LA. 8:10 to play. Fever down 80-66. Plum changing speeds up top. Pitches it off to Alamon. Right arc, gets a screen from Brink. Heaves a 3 and knocks it in. So for the season entering tonight, the Fever had allowed the fewest threes in the league and had held opponents to the lowest three-point shooting percentage. Of course, LA tonight, 47% from distance, 10 of 21. Just happens sometimes. Boston right elbow, back to the basket, handoff Cunningham right elbow, shot fake to McDonald, back to Cunningham up top to Boston right elbow, guarded by Brink. AB spins on Cam, shot short, rebounded by the Sparks. 7.5 minutes to go. Fever down by 17. This one in danger of unraveling. Burrell up top, mismatch. McDonald the guard on her. Airy reaches in, and it's a foul. Looks like it might have been a clean strip, but instead, with 7:23 left, foul on McDonald, her third. Team's second in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, maybe a little too handsy there, and they called it as she's going into the rhythm of her shot. So it's going to be 2 free throws, but not much else for McDonald to do there. She was playing a taller guard.
The 6'2 Burrell puts in the first of a pair.
Into the game for your Sparks, number 35.
Several subs for LA. They go deeper to the bench, including rookie Sarah Ashley Parker in for the first time. Alabama alum who is selected 9th overall. Fever make a change now too. Bibby out, Hull in. So for the Fever, it's McDonald, Mitchell, Hull, Cunningham, and Boston. Second free throw on the way and in. 85-66. This is a rarity, not only with the Fever having been on this 5-game winning streak, but even most of the losses this year for Indiana have been highly competitive.
Yeah.
Sparks on a 9-0 run here over the last couple minutes. Boston backing down, Hamby left post and puts it in. Lexi, a deflection in the backcourt, out of bounds to the fans' front row. LA ball with 7:03 to play. Fever trailing 85-68. Well, LA averaging 85 points a game, already there with 7 to go. Barker, right sideline, going baseline. Floats a pass into the paint. Jackson misses from the left side, gets the miss, and scores. So Rakia Jackson, who has scored as many as 30 points in a game this season, now has 20. Full right perimeter pass too strong for AB. Intercepted by Burrell. Transition for the Sparks left to right. Burrell, Hezzy up top. No look dish. Jackson tees up a 3. And hits. Timeout Fever with 6:22 to go. And here in the City of Angels, the Fever will need a major miracle. Down 90-68 with 6:22 to go. And it's a break in the action. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hosting a watch party? Score big with catering from Chicken Salad Chick. From tailgates to team celebrations, we bring fresh, flavorful chicken salad inside straight to your event. With 12 crave-worthy flavors, there's something for every fan. Order your game day spread at chickcatering.com. Proud sponsor of the Indiana Fever.
Parents notice when something feels off. A look, a sound, a movement, a silence. Parents don't need all the answers, just the courage to ask the right questions. If a child may be showing signs of autism, early detection matters. Daymar is here to help with answers, support, and a team ready to help. Visit daymar.org today. Every child deserves a chance, and sometimes the most powerful move is to ask for help.
Hey fans, Sophie Cunningham here. If you have private student loan debt and are behind or even in default, you gotta call my friends at YRefi. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch, and they provide you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. And YRefi does not care what your credit score is. Just give them a call at 888-YRefi-34. That's 888-YRefi-34. Or go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
In Tinseltown, there's a fan with a glittery, bedazzled jacket.
And hat.
Also featuring a lot of WNBA logos on her outfit. Yeah. I guess they did have the swag cam on, so it makes sense she got to be out on the court.
It's cute.
And while Ashton Kutcher here wearing what from the side view I think is an Iowa Hawkeyes hat, black and gold, sitting next to Mila Kunis.
Oh, wow.
As Caitlin Clark watches from the Fever bench, and Indiana trails in LA 90-68 with 6:22 left. Fever coming out of the timeout with Tosh Howard, Ari McDonald, Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. And back to play. Howard inbounds to McDonald, back to Howard. Quick pass, right arc, Kelsey Mitchell. Jabs left, starts to go right. Now goes left around a Boston screen, sends it left corner to Lexi. Left baseline to Howard. Howard facing up, finds Ari, right wing, catch and shoot three. Doesn't go. Lexi, an offensive rebound, ripped down. Reset. Kelsey wants three from the left side. Short, long rebound, gets it back, fires again, and it's good. Kelsey connects. She has 27 to lead all scores, but Fever still in a big hole, down 90-71 with 5:45 to play. Starters back in for LA. Stevens, she is unbelievable. 4 for 4 from 3 for the 6'6" big.
Just automatic. I mean, her shot just looks fantastic.
Last 2 games combined, the Fever gave up a grand total of 4 threes against Dallas and Seattle. Mitchell makes a right elbow jumper. Indiana down 20, 93-73, 5:15 to go. Boston reaching in on Barker, the rookie, and a foul is called. Leah doesn't like it. Only her second, team's third in the quarter. 5:17 left. Stevens had made her three from the right wing. So she has 16 points.
Yeah, 4 for 4 from 3, 6 for 7 from the field.
But yeah, so they gave up 4 threes over the last 2 games, and now Stevens herself with 4 threes, while Jackson and Plum have 3 each. 5-second violation called on the inbounds. Steph White was trying to motivate the squad to get one of those recently, so still some positives to take away, even down by 20.
True, and that's, I think their second one. I think they had one earlier in the first half.
Mitchell into the purple paint, no look pass to Lexi. Gives right arc, Howard drives to Hull, bounce pass left corner, McDonald for 3.
Okay.
Bottoms. 93-76, more than midway through the fourth quarter.
There we go. Don't count us out yet. We need a miracle, but we got it.
Hamby, left lane drive. Gives it left corner, Barker. Shot fake, and then a blocking foul called against the Fever. Barker winds up on the floor again. Foul on Lexi. 2 on her, 4 on the team, while the Sparks have not been called for a foul yet in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, big old goose egg.
4:39 till the finish. Crypto.com Arena. 5-game winning streak in jeopardy for Indiana. Not too far away from where they filmed that trivia program. And a turnover. Julie Van Loo not on the same page with Dearica Hamby, pick and roll. So Fever ball, now 4.5 minutes to go, down 17. Fever led at the end of the first quarter, but then the Sparks made a move, and Indiana hasn't recovered. Kelsey up top, shoots a 3, and scores 32 points in L.A. for Kelsey Mitchell. She's a hooper.
She's going to work.
And an offensive foul on Hamby, as the big for the Sparks knocked over McDonald near midcourt. So a little life here for the Fever with 4:11 to go. 93-79. And actually the foul goes against Van Loo.
Yeah. She pleaded her case that she didn't foul, but made some subs. Coach didn't like what they saw on the floor.
Rakia Jackson back in. She's got 25 points to pace LA. McDonald to Howard, right arc. Drives into the paint near the right elbow. Up and under. Tosh with the left-handed finish. And it's 93-81. Under 4 to go.
Hey, we got a game.
Maybe too little, too late. We'll see. Fever had been down by 22, but have shaved 10 points off of that. Plum standing on the E of Los Angeles, the second one, loses control, and then a late whistle. A foul comes somehow incredibly from Catherine Chang, who is in a different area code. 2 other officials were closer, but Chang comes to the rescue for the Sparks after Plum lost the ball. Ball was dribbled off of someone's foot, and then Plum fell over. Aaliyah Boston right now adamantly arguing her case.
Yeah, it's 5 fouls to 0. They're about to shoot free throws.
Although that's actually incorrect up on the video screen, right? Because we had at least the one foul. Offensive foul on the Sparks. Plum makes the free throw. Let's see if we can get a look at an official box score here in the fourth quarter. 3:36 to play. Plum knocks down the first. It's 94-81. And the second, good. And the fourth quarter. Yeah. Give me a second here. In any case, half court left side. McDonald dribbling. Mitchell cutting off ball. She gets fouled by Plum. Fever called for 5 fouls in the period, and now this is the second against the Sparks. On the floor. 95-81, Indiana down 14. McDonald inbounds to Boston. On the perimeter, up top to Mitchell, back to Boston. Rim right, Banker, good. 95-83, 3:15 to go.
It was the shot fake. We've got to utilize the best move known to basketball, that shot fake. See if we can get something easy going to the basket.
15-7 for Boston tonight as Jackson has it left post, whips it out to Stevens, left arc. Quick ball movement. Hamby tees up a right wing three. No good. AB almost had rebound number 8, but Stevens was pesky and poked it out of bounds. Fever ball when we come back. 2:53 left. Caitlin Clark emphatically clapping her hands, trying to keep her teammates up. Though they're down by 12, 95-83 with 2:53 left. When we come back, our IBEW Local 481 electric play of the game. You're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
From hook shots to fishing hooks and backyard grills to lake chills, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun this season. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local Academy or shop academy.com for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks.
Yep.
With those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
When it comes to your education, WGU helps you stay in the game. Whether you're working full-time, raising a family, or juggling both, WGU's online accredited programs help you earn a degree in business, technology, education, or healthcare on your schedule. You can even score your degree faster by taking tests and turning in assignments as soon as you're ready. Join the thousands of students across Indiana who are making big plays for their future. Learn more at WGU.edu.
Radio 1 is seeking a general sales manager to lead our sales operations in Indianapolis. The ideal candidate will bring a strong track record in sales leadership, team development, and revenue generation across both traditional media and digital platforms. This role requires a bachelor's degree and 2 to 4 years related experience and/or training or equivalent combination. To view the full job listing and apply, go to urban1.com/careers. Applicants are subject to a background check. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the exclusive radio home of the Indiana Fever.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
This is Natasha Howard, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
68-59. Tosh denies break near the rim. Flash with a major bounce. Big block for Tosh, but the Fever are down 95-83 with 2:53 to go in the fourth quarter at Crypto.com Arena. After the timeout, Indiana right to left. in a hurry. McDonald left corner to Mitchell. Left wing sends it into the paint. Boston shot fake. Attempt and no good. Gets an offensive rebound. Reset. McDonald left wing three. Yes! The Cali kid cuts the deficit down to 9. 95-86. 2.5 minutes to play.
They're showing a lot of grit right now. We know it's never really pretty, but it's always gritty.
Steph White on the sideline, still coaching her team hard. Jackson, right post. Shot no good. Nice defense by McDonald, who came over to help. Mitchell in transition to McDonald, the right arc. Long three. Good again! Aries heating up late. 2 and change to play. Fever suddenly within 6. It's 95-89.
That was a great find by the hot hand. See if you can play unselfish basketball and do like McDonald. Be clutch.
Plum, right lane drive, open, then kicks left wing. Alamon a three, misses. Boston has the rebound, her 9th of the game. McDonald front court left. Airy, bounce pass, AB, top of the key. Handoff, Kelsey, bounce pass, AB, angled right of the rim to Kelsey up top. She tries a three, misses to the right. Rebound, Stevens for LA with 90 seconds to go. 6-point game. Fever had been down by 22 here in the second half. Within 6. Plum trying to put it away for LA to Alamon, left corner near the Indiana bench. No look pass, right corner. Stevens, another three. She makes it again, tying a career high with 5 threes made. She hasn't missed tonight. That one may be a dagger. 70 seconds left. Fever down by 9. 98-89. Boston, right boulevard. Slow down to Tosh, right wing. Hamby comes in, reaching in. And commits a foul, weirdly, frankly, with 1:02 to go in the game. I don't know, up by 9, why you'd blitz like that. But in any case, timeout called by Steph White. Trying to regroup here for the final 62 seconds.
See, if they were playing with this energy for the entirety of the game, this is a 12-point win. The fact that there was just not enough fluidity on the defense and being on one accord and having those disruptive hands and playing to their strengths, it's late game situations where you kind of kick yourself in the butt.
Yeah, again, in case you missed this earlier, the Fever, during this 5-game winning streak, by the numbers, the second best defensive team in the league, but obviously tonight has been, I'm sure they would say by their standards, a horrendous defensive performance to concede 98 points with still more than a minute to go.
Too many players just had too much comfortability, and we know we're better than that. We know that we can speed teams up. We know that we can frustrate teams. We know that there's a lot more in the tank when it comes to the defensive end, and it just was not there, especially early.
You know, if you're tuned in right now, wish we could give you a prize. We really appreciate you being with us here after midnight back home. There'll be another late one on Thursday at Phoenix, and again, that one will be on 93 WIBC. Yeah, Bree, I should have known better. I'll take responsibility for this one. I pointed out to assistant coach Prima Christmas Kelly how the Fever had allowed the fewest threes in the league this year and held opponents to the lowest three-point shooting percentage.
Yep.
And so, of course, the Sparks 13 of 26 from 3, 50%.
Accountability, love that.
I'll be better next time. Inbounds goes to Mitchell, driving left. She gets out by Hamby and will shoot 2. Kelsey at 32 points. Her season high 35 came out Chicago a couple of Sundays ago. So with this 30-plus point performance tonight for Kelsey, it's the 10th of her career. Now tied for the most 30-plus point games in franchise history with Tamika Catchings.
Wow. Great company there, she is.
Mitchell's first rainbow's in, 98-90 with 56 seconds left. And now both teams are in the bonus here the rest of the way. And not really heads up by Hamby with a couple of these late fouls. 5 on the floor for the Fever. Howard, Boston, McDonald, Hull, and Mitchell, who cans the second free throw as well. 98-91, 56 seconds to go. Full court pressure. Mitchell lingering in the backcourt against Plum. Jogs it across the timeline. Bouncing at the logo. Mitchell guarding her. Halfway through the shot clock, 44 seconds to go in the game. Pressure comes, pass, tipped, and stolen by Lexi. Numbers for the Fever. Airy right wing, shot fake, defended by Stevens up top. Lexi, another shot fake. 30 seconds to go in the game. Fever down by 7. Nice defense by LA. Nothing easy here. Tosh now step back 3 from the right side. Short. Rebound Stevens. Night. 20 seconds to go. Indiana down by 7. And Lexi fouls Plum in the backcourt with 19.6 seconds to go. So the Fever got the steal, but then couldn't get a clean look. And for the season now, Tosh, for as outstanding as she is, she's 0 for 2 from 3 in this game, and for the season is 5 for 24 from 3, so not a high percentage shot.
Yeah. But what is a high percentage shot? Man, Lexi Hull, that one's gotta go up.
Fortunately, Lexi, who for much of the season was one of the top 3-point shooters in the league by percentage, last year second in the league, in a bit of a slump right now, perhaps battling her own confidence. First free throw good for Plum, who entered this game 3rd in the league in free throw attempts on the season, and is now 7 for 9 at the stripe so far. Second good as well. Sparks up 100-91. Shot clock off for Sydney Colson and the Fever. As Sydney dribbles on a sponsorship logo, left arc, exchanging a moment here with a former Las Vegas Aces teammate, Kelsey Plum. Sydney dribbles it out, and the Fever's 5-game winning streak comes to an end in LA, where the Sparks win it 100-91. So the Fever now 17-13 on the season, while the Sparks continue to roll. They've won 2 in a row and 7 of 8, now 13-15, and firmly in the playoff picture.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great team. They have all the pieces, and then you add that piece from Cameron Brink, who's bringing maybe not the offense today, but the defensive presence is just phenomenal. They have so many shooters, weapons beyond the 3. They got the inside look as well. Like, this is a very good team. Don't let the record fool you. And unfortunately, we just did not have enough at the end there to get this win. But I do want to put out there the fact that we played a couple days ago. They haven't played since that double overtime in Seattle, so they have fresher legs and a little bit more rest than we did.
Yeah, no question. That is definitely
no excuses, but
a factor.
I just want to point that out. No excuses, but I want to point
a bit of
that
an
out.
explanation.
Right.
100-91, the Sparks beat the Fever. And Indiana will have one more crack at LA when they come back here on the 29th of this month. But 0-3 against the Sparks so far this season. But in the meantime, the road trip will continue Thursday in Phoenix on 93 WIBC, 10 o'clock in. We'll talk more about that one. We'll recap this one and more when we return post-game after this. Fever fall on the road in L.A. You're listening to Indiana Fever basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
What's the hottest ticket in town? The Indiana Fever. The best way to get there? Indigo. Catch the fever by catching the bus. Indigo's MyKey acts as your fast break pass to experience high-octane Fever basketball, all while avoiding parking fees and traffic jams. Playing your Fever game night with Indigo. Visit indigo.net/how-to-ride to plan your trip and get connected to MyKey. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the game. Indigo. The best way to catch the fever.
From buzzer beaters to buzzbait and cornhole to canoes, Academy Sports and Outdoors has all you need to find your fun. And when fun's the goal, anything is possible. We're here for pre-game gear-ups, camping trip do-withouts, and days when the best things in life happen right outside your back door. Swing by your local Indy stores in Avon Westfield, Greenwood, and Bloomington for the top brands in the game at undefeatable prices. There's no match for fun, and fun can't lose at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
The Indiana Fever trust OrthoIndy as their official orthopedic provider, and so can you. From game-time injuries to everyday mishaps, OrthoIndy Urgent Care is your fast, affordable alternative to the ER. Walk in, skip the wait, and see an orthopedic expert. No appointment needed. Injuries happen. OrthoIndy is ready. Find a location near you at orthoindy.com. OrthoIndy, trusted by the pros. Here for you.
This is Kelsey Mitchell, and you're listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
First couple games this year for Kelsey and the Fever at home against the Sparks. They had a fourth quarter lead, couldn't seal the deal. Tonight they led at the end of the first quarter, but looking back, it was really the second quarter where this game was, perhaps you could say, won by the Sparks. They outscored Indiana by a dozen in the second quarter, 28-16. So otherwise, it was tight in the remaining three quarters, but ultimately, final score here tonight is the Sparks beating the Fever 100-91. So putting a bow on it with Bria Goss, John Nolan. Bria, what do you chalk it up to besides we touched on the scheduling? Where did the Sparks really excel tonight?
Oh, man. Stevens is where they excel tonight. Going 5 for 5 from 3. That's a tough situation to be in. So we've got to figure out how to slow her down, along with the ball screen defense just wasn't there tonight. As not enough communication, and they're not moving quick enough with the purpose, and especially on that help side. So we've got to be able to figure out how we can contain the ball and really dictate where and how the ball comes off of the screen. And then just on offense, it just was not there. We only had 2 bench points, which isn't very... That it's very unlikely of us, as we have had a lot of production, which we pride ourselves on being deep, and that just wasn't there tonight. Sophie Cunningham, who started off this game pretty hot, really cooled down throughout the duration of this game.
I mean, and just to jump in there, she didn't even cool down so much as she isn't getting looks.
Right, and we got to find her, we got to get her open, and then on the side of the ball, of course, Mitchell having the game that she had, and still 4 people were in double digits, which is fantastic, but just not enough here tonight as we just fell short. But I do like the fight at the end of the game. I think that speaks volumes to who we are as a team, and then factor in the fact that Caitlin Clark wasn't on the floor, so that could have very much been a different game as well.
Right, as Caitlin continues to work her way back from the right groin injury. But, yeah, pretty wild that the Fever starters combined for 89 points, with Kelsey Mitchell carrying most of the load there with 34. But, yeah, just 2 points from Damaris Dantas in this game to account for all the bench scoring for the 5 players who came off the bench and played here tonight. Fever shot 44% from the field, wound up making a dozen threes, 36% from behind the arc, 11 of 13 at the foul line. That's 84%. Yet, Sparks uber efficient, 56% from the floor, including an even 50% from 3, as they made 13 triples, and they were 13 for 15 at the line, 86%. So
it's a hard game to win when they're shooting like that. So I get it.
Yeah, and again, they've been rolling like this. They've dropped 100-plus points in 4 of their last 5 here as they make a move up the standings and are definitely in the playoff picture, especially considering that right now that final spot is controlled by Golden State, and they've really been hurt by injuries lately, including their all-star, Kayla Thornton. So, anyway, for the Fever, not going to get any easier next time out, Thursday at Phoenix, 10 o'clock game. Earlier in the 5-game winning streak, the Fever had defeated the Mercury at Cambridge Fieldhouse, so you know that Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner and company, they're going to have some payback in mind. What do you think about that game coming up in 2 nights?
Yeah, and just to, put a bow on this one, you can't hang your head too long, dissect the film or not, and then come back tomorrow ready to go and refocused because of the quick turnaround. So knowing that they just played Phoenix not too long ago and beat them, I know for a fact They're going to want revenge on their home court. So it is something that we need to cap off on this long road trip and see if we can really rally and go out with a bang here before we go back home.
Yeah, and a reminder, Thursday's game will be down the dial on 93 WIBC. You can always find it easily on the Fever app as well. But Colts football will be here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan as the preseason slate kicks off. So our coverage will start Thursday night on 93 WIBC at 9:45. Eddie Garrison with the pregame. We'll also have Eddie Garrison bringing you the W's Greatest postgame show and a bit here tonight for some extra coverage. But in case maybe eyelids are getting heavy here, we understand. And we thank you very much for staying up late with us, including my mom. Mom, this is way past your bedtime. I hope you can get to bed here and get some sleep before work tomorrow.
Yeah, Mama, no. It's time. It's time. I think my mom is up as well. I got her a radio. She doesn't know, so but it should have came in.
Well, maybe she knows now.
Right.
Inspired by seeing fans with the transistor radios at Dodger Stadium last night, which, of course, is a great legacy of Vince Scully's years of broadcasting, and Chick Hearns and others here in the L.A. market specifically. Well, again, we'll have more coverage coming up with Eddie here in a moment. Bria will join him, but for right now, we'll sign off from Crypto.com Arena in downtown L.A. Yeah, Fever will try to flush this one. And they'll get on the plane, fly to Phoenix yet here tonight, have tomorrow to tune up down in the desert, and then that game on Thursday night. So we hope you can join us then, and we thank you so very much for being up late with us here tonight, all ahead of the 3-game homestand that'll commence on Saturday. So huge thanks to Eddie Garrison, who was our studio producer, to the outstanding Jake Warner here, our on-site engineer. And for Bria Goss, this is John Nolan saying thanks and so long from Crypto.com Arena in downtown L.A. Fever fall the final 90-81 against the Sparks.
You've been listening to Indiana Fever Basketball on the Old National Bank Radio Network.
Step back, fire, good! Halen for three! All good things eventually come to an end, and tonight, that's what happens with the Indiana Fever winning streak. It snaps at 5 games, and they fall 191 against the Los Angeles Sparks. This game started out with fireworks in that first quarter. 27-26 was the score after 10 minutes. Indiana was ahead by a point. They shot 46% in the first quarter, 50% for the Sparks. Both teams making a ton of threes. Indiana with 3 and LA hit 4. And then things kind of took a little bit of a change in the second quarter for Indiana. Only 30% from the field. And LA continued to shoot it very, very, very efficiently. 65%. They outscored the Fever 28-16 in the second quarter to go ahead 54-43 at halftime. Indiana's deficit was pretty much too much to overcome. They hung in there in the third quarter. You only get outscored by a point, but didn't really make any headway on that deficit either. Went into the final 10 minutes trailing by a dozen, 76-64, and things just got out of hand at the start of that final quarter of play. And before you knew it, the Fever were down by 22 points with 6 minutes to go. So that is certainly a deep, deep hole. They had a chance. Aaron McDonald hits a couple of threes with less than 3 minutes to go, makes it a 6-point game, and it had the fans at Crypto.com Arena a little worried that they're about to witness the Los Angeles Sparks blow a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter. Kelsey Mitchell misses a 3, and then Azrae Stevens ties her career high 5th three-pointer of the game to pretty much end any hope of the Fever for making the comeback. And the Fever had a chance. They just were not able to capitalize. 100-91 is the final score. Indiana 17-13, Los Angeles 13-15. Let's go back out to Crypto.com Arena. That is where Fever radio analyst Bria Goss joins me. Bria, too many times this year I've listened to Sophie Cunningham. I've heard Stephanie White talk about this, Kelsey Mitchell, you name it. Any player that's ever sat at the podium after a game, before a game, after a practice, whatever. When you ask them about finding the consistency of this, at least was in the first half of the year, and when they lose games, it always seems to come back to how they start the games defensively. And with Indiana giving up 26 points in that first quarter, it never really felt like the Fever had any physicality defensively and weren't really setting the tone of that end of the floor.
Yeah, no, you hit it right on the nail, and we know that we can play better than that. That's not what we want to do, and part of our identity is being disruptive on defense, and we just weren't that tonight. So, unfortunately, giving up 26 points and 28 points in the second, so that's not where we want to be. And again, we can't hang our heads for too long as we have a quick turnaround, but those are things that can be fixed. Which is good. Yeah. That's a good thing. Like it's not like, this is the end all be all in that category. But if we tune that up, then this game is won again comfortably, a 10 to 12 point game.
I think when the Fever lose the first two games of the series to Los Angeles, it's like, oh, those are bad losses, because at the time they were not very good. They had like 4 wins and 5 wins at the time. Now you look at them like, oh, this team is in the thick of it for a playoff spot, and they're getting healthier with Cameron Brake, and it just kind of feels like this Sparks team, like Indiana, they're starting to put everything together and becoming a team that they thought they could have been at the preseason.
Yep. Nope, you're absolutely right. I mean, those first 2 games were pivotal. That's why you want to approach every game as if it is your last, for reasons just like that. It's something that they can continue to again, and I'm saying this in the sense of, I know if I was talking to any player out there right now, they would say the same things, and they know that they can play better than that. So that's why it's so heartbreaking. We play really well against the top seeds, and then we kind of coast in a way against the bottom. And again, this team is a lot better. The Sparks are a lot better than their record shows, just from the talent standpoint, especially now in the later part of the season. But those first 2 games, man, I wish we could go back and get those done.
And that first quarter, Sophie Cunningham was pretty active, especially in that first half. She had 7 total shots, and then in the second half, she was pretty much non-existent on the floor. She didn't get up a single shot. She plays less than 9 minutes. Was there something different about the defense of Los Angeles that pretty much took her out of the game offensively?
No, I don't think so. I know there was a couple possessions in a row where defensively Sophie Cunningham wasn't there, and that might have messed with her a little bit. That might have made her a little less aggressive on the offensive end. There was 2 or 3 buckets almost back to back where they were going up against her, and that's why she ultimately came out. Steph White had seen enough, so didn't really get back into the offensive flow after that.
In conclusion here, Bria, Lexi Hull, and since the All-Star break, she's 4 of 21 after tonight from 3. That's less than 20%. Is this a confidence thing for Lexi right now?
That is the $1 million question. I would say I hope the confidence is still there, because I've seen her work ethic. I've seen her shoot after practice and seen her knock it down before games. So confidence is there. I think she is very confident. I wish she would have shot that last shot, not only because that gives them a chance and put them in position. She was the one who got the steal. So it's kind of like, reward yourself, girl. And it just did not go up. And even if she would have missed, we had great rebounding position. So instead of that 3, we had a step back contested 3 from Howard, which that's, not her strong point. So I'll hype her up, if I need to. We all have a part to play here. So if I see her, I'll pull her to the side and give her flowers, because she's worked hard for the position that she's in. So we don't want confidence to be the factor of why she can't get it done now. So, she'll come out next game and she's going to drop a 20, another 5 for 5 as Stevens has done.
That is Bria Goss, the Fever Radio analyst. Bria, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. I will continue to have a terrific start to my Wednesday here in Indy.
Thanks so much.
Talk to her Thursday after that game against Phoenix. That game is at 10 o'clock Eastern. All the coverage will be on 93 WIBC. The Indianapolis Colts start their preseason against the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday, and that coverage will be right here on the Fan. So you can still catch us on the Fever app. You can catch us on 93.1 WIBC on your radio, your smart speaker, website, the 93 WIBC app. The whole 9 yards. We've got you covered. We've got any way that you can think of to listen to us on Thursday night to make sure you're up to date on how the Indiana Fever perform against the Phoenix Mercury. I'll have some more stats for you and some more notes from this loss. Indiana falls to Los Angeles 100-91. This is the Fan's post-game coverage right here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey everyone, it's Jake from Payless Liquors. Charlie said sell it, so stop by one of our 26 family-owned locations and stock up with these great deals. Captain Morgan half gallons for $24.99, Evan Williams Black half gallons for $22.99, and Seagram 7 half gallons or Hennessy pints for $19.99. Get Mick Ultra 16-ounce 12-packs for $17.99, Budweiser and Bud Light 16-ounce 12-packs for $13.99, XXL flavored wines for $9.99, and Svedka and Benjamin 50 mils for just 69 cents. Why pay more when you can pay less here at Payless Liquors?
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more at the grand opening of the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com.
Cover me!
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
Radio 1 is seeking a general sales manager to lead our sales operations in Indianapolis. The ideal candidate will bring a strong track record in sales leadership, team development, and revenue generation across both traditional media and digital platforms. This role requires a bachelor's degree and 2 to 4 years related experience and/or training or equivalent combination. To view the full job listing and apply, go to urban1.com/careers. Applicants are subject to a background check. Radio 1 is an equal opportunity employer.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand
the offensive glass and a player that's still kind of, learning how to really impact for us overall, but is growing in confidence. And, obviously we're going to keep seeing that trio of bigs and hopefully we can keep, fighting and earning opportunities to win a game.
91-87 is the final here in Seattle at Climate Pledge Arena. Minnesota improves to 25-5 this season, get their 10th road win of the year. Sloan Martin back with you here from Seattle, and I'll welcome in my partner back at the WNBA Tonight studios in Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Alex Leipold. And Alex, I just agreed. I found myself nodding my head so many times with Coach Reeve with what she was saying right now. Not only that belief that they have in each other, but the communication that is so important to this team when you have as much carryover and continuity as they do.
Yeah, and that's a big sign of leadership from those players like Courtney Williams, Kayla McBride, even Bridget Carlton coming out of the half and sinking those 3 quick three-pointers to really make it a game again after they were trailing by 8 at the half. It was just a pivotal sequence there to start the second half with the communication was on point. It seemed like there was the fire was lit again underneath this Lynx team, and they really ran away with it there in the second quarter, starting out with a 20-8 run. You could tell that they were starting to feel it again, and Courtney Williams was the pinnacle of that, having 14 second half points. She was 3 of 5 in the third quarter, 3 of 6 in the fourth quarter, and Kayla McBride with a perfect 9 for 9 free throws, 6 of those coming in the very late minutes of that fourth quarter to keep Minnesota out in front is really what you needed from Cheryl Reeve would call them the big three of Kayla McBride, Courtney Williams, and Napheesa Collier. But when you have one of those big three out, you need your other two to step up, and that's exactly what they did.
And Dejanay Carrington was really, really fantastic in this game. And you heard the praise that Coach Reeve had for her, too. And patting myself on the back, I felt like I said the same thing during the broadcast, where she was just being herself. What you saw and experienced tonight is who Dejanay Carrington is because of the effort that she plays with. And you're right, what Coach Reeve was saying, that some players can be reticent, especially with a team with the amount of continuity, that what exists right here can be maybe off-putting to a brand new player where you don't want to mix things up, you don't want to do something wrong. And she played exactly like herself with her 13 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. I don't think you could have asked for a better debut, even for a player who's as great and solid and experienced as she is. That's still a hard position for anyone to come into.
I agree, and I think part of it has to do with the familiarity. I think coming into a new team and being as great of a defensive player as you are, that helps as well when you can just go on the defensive end and you don't have to worry about play styles. You can just worry about your matchup and try and affect the game in the way that you know how you can. But the familiarity on the offensive end, being former teammates with Natisha Heidemann and Courtney Williams was such a big aspect, I think, here, because Dejanay Carrington sank 5 baskets in this contest. She was 5 for 7. 4 of those 5 were assisted by Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann. They both assisted 2 shots for Dejanay to help out in that fourth quarter and third quarter. She had just 1 point coming into the half to then explode for 12 in that final 20 minutes. And I believe in that fourth quarter, it was where she had her biggest impact. She had 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting in that fourth quarter. So they really were feeding her the ball as she was becoming more and more comfortable with the ball in this offense. And when you have that familiarity with players with such personality, too, with Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann, I'm sure they were hyping her up and keeping her mentality in a good place for her to stay effective both on defense and on offense. And it worked out. I feel like we heard Courtney Williams talk in pregame and during the game about how the Lynx had to replace 25 and 10 from Nafisa Collier, and that's exactly pretty much what they got from Dejanay Carrington and Jessica Shepard in her steed. They combined for 26 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, and it was just a perfect supplement with this addition of Dejanay Carrington.
Very well said, and a good example. And even Coach Reeve touched on that too, where she said we just have to be able to get enough when we're missing one of the big 3. Where are we going to fulfill trying to replenish that? Just looking ahead here before we sign off for the Minnesota Lynx. Back at home on Friday against the Washington Mystics. But it looks like we have both Courtney Williams and Dejanay Carrington, friends, teammates, great games tonight, talking to media here in Seattle. So let's check in.
8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, a block. I believe it was 5 for 7 in 16 minutes, 17 minutes. And I'm just kind of wondering, situation dictates a lot. Just kind of wondering, with you being in Minnesota or Seattle technically, but with Minnesota right now, how's it been and how's the transition been for you?
It's been great. I honestly don't have any complaints. It helped that I'm so familiar with the 3 people on the team, 3 people that are a big part of the offense. So it's been great. I'm glad to be a part of a team where we have a goal and everyone is fighting for that goal. You could just feel the energy, every huddle, every possession. This is a group of winners and I'm a winner too. So it's great to be a part of it. We'll go to Andy Rumsey.
Hey, Court, congrats on the win. What was it like playing with Dejanay out there again?
Oh, man, it felt so good. I was just telling her in the locker room, like, it's a crazy feeling to be able to just tell somebody, hey, you go guard the one. Girl. Honestly, like, that was a crazy game changer for us to be able to put size on Sky. I feel like at times Sky was kind of like getting me and T into the post a little bit, but it's like you can't do that to Deej. So I think that was a game changer for us, man. I love playing with Deej. I mean, we see what she did. Definitely adding on to our team and making us even more of a problem.
And Dejanay, Coach Reeve was just out here saying that they were really just telling you to just go out there and go with the flow, just hoop. How did you feel out there playing with this group of gals for the first time?
Great. I felt great. Like I said, this is a team that wants to run, that doesn't want to it's not methodical. We're trying to run. We're moving the ball, moving our bodies, and that's how I like to play. Is up tempo, fast pace, cut, screen, just continue to move the ball and catch the defense slipping. So it's been great on that end. And then defensively, I love that everybody is on the same page. We're really on a string. If you get beat, next person got you, you're peeling. And so it's really easy because that's how my mindset is already to play, is just keep going. Okay, I'm beat. I'm not going to stop moving. I'm just going to go to the next. And to have 4 people on the court around you doing the exact same thing makes it easy. And I don't have to think. So I was able to just be out there and play and run.
Appreciate you both.
Terry on Zoom.
Thanks. Congratulations to you both on the win. Courtney, I got to ask about the 3 off of the back iron in the fourth quarter. Have you ever hit a shot with a bounce like that before?
Nah, and low key it was an and one because she got up underneath me, if you ask me. But I'm just happy to win in, man. I'm just happy to win in.
For sure. And even, I know Seattle caught fire kind of at the end there, but there was about a 5-minute stretch where they hadn't scored, from the field or from the line. Can you just talk about the fourth quarter defense and the way you buckled down to get you guys a lead and able to, take the win home there?
Yeah, I think we always say, we always give ourselves a chance when we go out there and we play Links defense. It's exactly what Dejanay just said. Like, we like to play on the string. We want to make sure we're in each other's gaps. And just not leaving nobody on the island to defend by themselves. Like, we play legitimate team defense. That's our identity. We lean into it, and we feel if we go into every game playing that defense, we give ourselves a chance.
91-87, Minnesota's victory over the Seattle Storm. Their 25th win this season. They are 25-5 on the year. Quickly before we sign off, Alex, we have coming up the Washington Mystics, who are going to be down Brittany Sykes. She got traded to the Seattle Storm team for Alicia Clark, Zaya Cook, and a 2026 first-round pick. So they are putting all of their marbles into having their rookies in Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron, and also look into the future with more draft capital as well. So this was a team also that beat the Minnesota Lynx back in D.C. that they'll try to avenge.
Yes, it will be. And it's going to be a quick one-game homestand for Minnesota on Friday night at the Target Center. This is a Mystics team, like you said, that just traded away their leading scorer in Brittany Sykes, and they're kind of going all in with that first-round draft pick. Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen are in the Rookie of the Year conversation. They've played every game so far for Washington. They're playing almost 30 minutes a game apiece. Sonia Citron's averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds. Kiki Iriafen is a double-double threat on any given night, 12 points and 8 rebounds a game. This is a Mystics team that has flailed a little bit. They've lost 6 of their last 8 games, struggling to find some momentum. They just lost today by double digits to the Chicago Sky, who had lost 8 straight heading into that contest. So that is good for the Sky to bounce back from that losing streak, but maybe a punch in the gut for Washington as they travel to Minnesota on the road. They're 4-10 on the road this season, so their road record has not been impressive. They are much better as a home team, so we'll see how that fares at the Target Center, but Minnesota's got to be happy riding with this momentum off of a comeback win tonight against this Washington Mystics team struggling to find momentum.
Coach Reeves said she thought the defense could have been better, but the second half they were on task and getting this win, pulling away at the end and getting the 91-87 victory. For Alex Leibold, I'm Sloan Martin. Thanks so much for tuning in. Minnesota 25-5 this season. We will catch you later this week here on the Minnesota Lynx Radio Network.
iHeartRadio Did You Know? Presented by iHeartRadio. You know, what you're listening to right now. Did you know that iHeartRadio is always free to listen to your favorite stations, podcast, artist radio playlists, and more? Yep, free to download and free to use. But there's a next level iHeartRadio experience as well. iHeartRadio All Access, where you can search and play any song, enjoy unlimited skips, download all your music to your phone to listen offline with no connection, unlimited playlist creation, and so much more. You can try it out free for 30 days and see what the iHeartRadio All Access experience is like. Why not? Open the iHeartRadio app and in settings, tap to start your free 30-day trial. Everything you love about free iHeartRadio plus so much more with iHeartRadio All Access. iHeartRadio. #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
You've been listening to Lynx Basketball, brought to you by U.S. Bank, an official partner of the Minnesota Lynx, equal housing lender, member FDIC, and by Mayo Clinic. You know where to go. This has been a presentation of the Lynx Radio Network.
In principle on dollars and cents, but then there's still some other stuff that needs to be worked out. In this case, I'm really curious what that gap is. That is the most fascinating part of this to me. All of the rhetoric and all of the blowback and all the interviews he's doing, smiling, talking about the good old days and buying the team and everything else. It's still, are we talking $1 million? Are we talking $3 million a year? I mean, are we talking a total of $10 million or less that gets this thing done? Mm-hmm. Because now you're just, penny wise, pound foolish, right? Dollar foolish in all of this stuff.
Exit out about a Fresca, exit Swollen Dome, the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. So again, just think this could be the moment where we realize the game has passed Jerry Jones by. Amazing. Time now to find out what's trending from a guy who's been called the Jerry Jones of Fox Sports Radio.
Don't do that to me or anyone.
He will shake your hand and look you in the eye. It is Steve DeSager.
I'm going to do things my way, and my way is terrible.
The Padres are no longer leading in Arizona. Diamondbacks have tied at 5-5. They're now in the top of the ninth. You recall when the Padres recently acquired the A's closer, Mason Miller, who can throw over 100 miles an hour, giving the Padres 4 all-star relievers this year. Well, Miller was pitching with a 5-3 lead, bottom of the eighth. He threw a pitch to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. at 103.9 miles an hour, and it was hit out for the tying 2-run homer. 107 miles an hour off the bat. That is the fastest pitch homered off of since they've had the pitch tracking over 15 years ago. Padres 5, Diamondbacks 5, top of the ninth. Dodgers lead St. Louis 10-4, bottom of the eighth. 2 homers for Max Muncy, just off the injured list this week.
This is the greatest game Max Muncy has ever had because he's got 2 home runs and 2 incredibly good defensive plays at third base. I think he kept the ball after a throw out at first base in the top of the eighth inning.
It did look like that. I can't believe that's what happened, but it did look like that.
I just made the best play. Can I get that ball? I want that ball.
He did have an early error at third, which led to a couple of unearned runs, just to balance. Seattle and Tampa Bay with wins. Toronto won again 10-4 at Colorado. Texas sent the Yankees to a 5th straight loss, 2-0. Nathan Eovaldi, 10-3, was the winning pitcher. It lowered his ERA to 1.38 for the Rangers after his 8 innings. Update, Dodgers now 11-4 over the Cardinals in the bottom of the 8th. Boston won its 7th straight. Milwaukee won its 5th in a row. Cincinnati beat the Cubs 5-1 in Chicago with 4 runs in the 7th. Cubs only had 4 hits in the game. Cleveland beat the Mets in New York 3-2. Guardians have won 6 of 7. Mets have lost 7 of 8. They're now 2.5 games back of the first place Phillies in the NL East. Philadelphia shut out Baltimore 5-0. Taijuan Walker with the wing going 6 innings. Minnesota won at Detroit 6-3. Victories on the road for Houston, San Francisco, and the A's, who won at Washington 16-7. Nationals have lost 6 straight. Shea Langoliers of the Athletics, 3 home runs. He went 5 for 6, and his teammate J.J. Bleday had 6 RBIs. L.A. Rams gave running back Kyron Williams a 3-year extension. The Chargers signed free agent wide receiver Keenan Allen. The 5 WNBA games are all final. Wins for L.A. and Minnesota. Although for Minnesota, All-Star Nafisa Collier out at least 2 weeks with a sprained ankle. Chicago beat Washington. Angel Reese has now missed 6 of the last 8 games with a bad back. New York over Dallas. New York star Breanna Stewart has missed over a week with a bone bruise in her knee. And, of course, I mentioned Indiana lost at L.A. Caitlin Clark of the Fever has missed 8 straight games with no timetable for a return. And then you got Phoenix ripping Connecticut tonight, a team that's 5-23 and will be sold shortly pending approval and moved in a couple of years to Boston. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve-O. The Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Coming up next, we get back into the 2 biggest stories of the night from Major League Baseball, and one is still going. Wait till we tell you what just happened. That's next right here. Jason and Mike, Fox.
Hey, everyone.
What up?
We're on YouTube.
Oh, wait. What?
Just search Fox Sports Radio.
Starring John Hamm as Jason Smith.
Now, instead of just your ears, we're letting you see us.
Give him a little bit of a show.
There are all sorts of videos from your favorite shows and hosts.
Yeah.
Fox Sports Radio on YouTube.
Hi, this is Jason Smith. If you're exhausted with your online job search, turn to the pros, Express Employment Professionals. Your local Express office is your one connection to endless job opportunities. With just one application, they can help you find a job across dozens of openings. And as always, job seekers never pay a fee. Visit expresspros.com. With more than 870 locations, there's an office nearby ready to help you. To find a location near you, visit expresspros.com. Whether you're looking for contract work or a full-time position, let Express help.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Records, milestones, firsts, lasts, and everything in between. What happened today in sports history on iHeartRadio?
How's it going, fellow sports fans? It's Andy West. Let's look back on this day in sports history, August 6th. We'll start today in 1983, where the NFL plays its first exhibition game in Europe. The Minnesota Vikings beat the St. Louis Cardinals 28-10 at London's Wembley Stadium. Jumping ahead today in 1999, Tony Gwynn went 4 for 5, singling in his first at-bat to become the 22nd major leaguer to reach 3,000 hits as the San Diego Padres beat the Montreal Expos 12-10. He'd finish his career with 3,141 hits and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2007. And today in 2006, Tiger Woods at age 30 becomes the youngest player to compile 50 PGA Tour wins with a 3-stroke victory over Jim Furyk at the Buick Open in Michigan.
Now you know. Today in sports history on iHeartRadio.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Coffee Shop Radio. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. Acoustic rock and the greatest singer-songwriters of the 90s to now. All night, come on, dance with me. And Coffee Shop Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Coffee Shop Radio, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
The world needs more heroes, more action-oriented do-gooders, more here's how I can help right-hand sidekicks. The world of sarcoma is no different. And if you're thinking, what is sarcoma? We're glad you're listening. Sarcoma is a rare cancer of the body's soft tissue and bone, and this cancer affects tens of thousands of Americans yearly. The Sarcoma Foundation of America partners with like-minded heroes to advocate for sarcoma patients through funded research and widespread awareness efforts. Learn how you can join forces at curesarcoma.org.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio, free never sounded so good.
Hey, this is Jamie Loftus, and this is my new weekly show, 16th Minute of Fame, the podcast where every episode I take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Who were they? What made them so notorious? How did the internet, or sometimes the algorithm, choose them? And what does a person do when they're suddenly confronted with more attention than the human psyche can handle? Take The Dress, a story that went uber viral in early 2015 in spite of being, well, kind of a boring optical illusion. A mother of the bride in Scotland took a picture of a dress she was thinking about wearing to her daughter's wedding. But she saw the dress as blue with black lace, and her daughter saw it as white with gold lace. One BuzzFeed post later, every single person on the internet was talking about the dress. But to me, The Dress is a story about the last couple of months when the internet was still sort of fun. It was shortly before the stories that spread across the internet stopped being driven by exploited millennials with useless arts degrees and started being decided by algorithms hell-bent on growing internet usership at all costs. And on a long enough timeline, the story of The Dress is one entangled with abuse and media exploitation. Internet history is a tricky thing to be invested in. It feels like every time a bad-root business billionaire buys up another platform, history starts being erased. With the team at Cool Zone Media, we're taking these characters' 16th minute of fame to see what their moment meant to them and what it says about us.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
One on your television. Go to foxsports.com for details.
Go! Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend, Mike Harmon.
Hobo.
Yeah. You know, we always say we're ahead of the curve.
Always.
And we told you last night, hey, if this Yankee slide continues, Aaron Boone ain't making it, right? It's not happening. There's no player movement you can make. There's one trade deadline now, and the Yankees are just free falling through the standings. They have lost 13 games in the standings over the course of the last 5 weeks. They're looking up at the Red Sox now. They lose tonight to the Rangers 2-0. Devin Williams, who gives up a home run last night in the 9th inning to tie the game on the way to the Yankees' loss. Aaron Boone brings him back in the 8th inning to face the same guy. Again, we're going to bring you back in again. And what does he do? He gives up 2 runs. The Yankees lose 2-0. Like, I don't know who Yankee fans hate more now between Devin Williams and Aaron Boone. And I'm telling you, I'm sorry, but Pete Alonso broke Devin Williams. But fire Boone is the #1 trending topic on social media. And we told you last night, if you get to the late part of August and the Yankees are 2-3 games out, they're not just going to let this season spiral and, okay, at the end of the year, we're going to make a change at manager. No, this team is talented enough. The American League is really wide open. They will make a move, and hoping it's Jeter if it is, because Jeter would be great. But this would be one of those times where the Yankees have to say, okay, if we're going to do it, we want to try to save the season. And maybe, whatever it is, however you want to lay the blame at Boone's feet or not, he's been the manager there for 8 years. They haven't won a title. This is how they garner and judge success in New York. He has a couple of weeks maybe to turn things around, maybe, or the Yankees will make a move to try to save the season.
Well, let's go to our friends at the New York Post.
Oh, boy.
This will be the back page, but for now, it is the top of the sports section. It goes on and on and on. Devin in hell. Devin in hell. Aaron Judge's return can't help Yankees. Devin Williams gives it up again as free fall continues. Subtitle, not even Aaron Judge's return can act as a human defibrillator for the Yankees.
And Yankee fans, TJ, walking around after the game going, no, 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 no. Now, the flip side of the
bad
Yankees,
is this, man?
The flip side, I'm telling you, Aaron Boone has a couple of weeks, maybe, or the Yankees will have, because look, it doesn't matter who you replace him with. It's just, hey, some kind of spark
Cosmetic
for the team.
spark.
You need something, right? Now, we talked about Friday night when they lost that game to the Marlins, and I said, hey, put a pin in this game because at the end of the year, we can look back at that and say that could be the game we look and say that game ended the Yankee season because it was the first game after the deadline. All the new acquisitions were out. What happened? All 3 bullpen guys got hit. You saw Caballero make a huge mistake and the error in right field.
Comedy of errors, game, right? bad base running, you name it, they did it.
Not every game is created equal in Major League Baseball, even though, hey, you got to put bad losses behind you, get back out there the next day. We could look back and say that loss, that was the loss that ended the Yankee season. On the flip side of it, tonight, right now, 9th inning, Dodgers lead the Cardinals 12-4. The Dodgers have kind of just been meandering around for the past couple of months. Injuries at starting pitching, how are they going to go? You got 2 home runs tonight from Max Muncy in the best game he has ever played. If he retired off of this game, I would say, Max, it's never going to get any better, right? 2 home runs, 2 sparkling defensive plays at third. Again, I think he kept the ball after his second big play defensively. You had 2 home runs for Teoscar Hernandez. The Dodgers are scoring a lot of runs out here. We could look back at this game at the end of the year and go, that's the game that got the Dodgers season back on track, because they had been just kind of scuffling and trying to get by. Still, for the Dodgers, it's not a question of making the playoffs. It's, hey, you spent all this money to win the World Series this year. You went all in. You spent all kinds of money, and now you have $400 million of starting pitching on the injured list. Hey, you need something. This could be that game we go, hey, when did the Dodgers get their season back on track? That big win over the Cardinals in early August when you had Max Muncy, who had been missing from the lineup for a while. Maybe he's the real MVP. Hernandez with a couple of home runs. This could Mookie Betts getting a couple of hits.
But that was right? The thing, right?
His first 2 hits since April. So we could look back and say this is that game.
Says the Mets fan. He broke an 0 for 22 streak tonight, and he's gone 3 for 4. And you can see the relief on his face. The third hit was a ball hit back up the middle. Pitcher narrowly avoids taking one in the calf and then rolls into center field. So you end up with a 3 for 4 day from him. 3 runs scored. Ohtani setting the table, 2 for 4, 3 runs scored for him. But all in, you started to be, you saw them play a little looser. You know, the Cardinals, they're at 500. They're not, a dismal Cardinal squad, but certainly not the expectations for what they tell me are the best baseball fans in the world. No, they're obnoxious. But the idea here is that the starting pitching is still going to be a question, right? Tomorrow, Ohtani's going to take the hill for an early start, afternoon game. Snell came back over the weekend. All right, nice tune-up, but didn't get out of the 4th. What are the expectations on him? How quickly does he ramp up starting rotation? But to get these guys starting to hit and in sync, going back to our topic of last night and boy bands and all, that we can start seeing more of Teoscar Hernandez be that guy that he was in the playoffs a year ago, and Mookie Betts show some semblance of the guy that we've watched for the last decade. Yeah, very dangerous spot for the rest of the NL.
This could be that night for the Dodgers, right? Yin and yang, right? Yankees and Dodgers. One team going one way, one team going the other way. This dog saying, hey, what do you want from me?
Nicely done.
Coming up next, the biggest story of the night. Keep it right here. Jason and Mike, this is Fox Sports Radio.
Are you facing an unexpected financial emergency? You need WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com could help you get up to $5,000 fast. WeFixMoney.com is free to use, available 24/7, and has an A rating with a Better Business Bureau. Go to the name you trust, WeFixMoney.com. If you need emergency cash up to $5,000 for bills or anything else, type WeFixMoney.com directly in your browser. That's WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, you still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
iHeart is America's #1 podcast network. Open the free iHeart app and explore podcasts like this.
When 60 Minutes premiered in September 1968, there was nothing like it.
We realize, of course, that new approaches are not always instantly accepted.
I'm Seth Doan of CBS News, and I'm excited to introduce a new podcast from 60 Minutes called A Second Look. The team at 60 Minutes has spent the last year digging through thousands of tapes, transcripts, and reels of film, and you're about to hear some of the sound that was never broadcast, like 21-year-old Taylor Swift imagining her future success.
Sometimes I get really overwhelmed when I think about, 10 years from now I'll be 30. What's the sound then? What are the choices I've made at that point? Oh my God, what does my life look like?
Then there are the people you may not recognize by name, but who witnessed some of the most important events in modern history. Along the way, I'll speak with some of the legendary correspondents who reported the stories, as well as those whose lives were altered after sitting down with 60. Together, we'll hear how much our world has changed.
You're working in borrowed time. You're not just saying that to scare us.
And how it hasn't.
You were either for the books or against the books. And it was almost like a civil war.
You can really draw a bright red line from 74 to 2024.
It's time for a second look.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Imagine you're struggling with back pain for months. No one can tell you what's wrong. Then you find a doctor.
And the words that he said that I wanted to hear was, "I can fix you." And, those are magic words. I was in pain, and somebody, a neurosurgeon, said I could fix you.
You trust he'll take care of your problem.
Nothing but good reports and a list of accolades that were 2 pages long.
When you talk to him, he's engaging, he seems very intelligent, he's witty, he's charming.
He'd always talk about, I'm going to be a doctor.
But he has this dark side that he likes to keep separate and hidden from everybody else.
This is a story about 33 patients who put their trust in a prominent surgeon in Dallas.
State your full name for the record.
Christopher Daniel Dunch.
And wish they hadn't.
This friend called me and said, I believe that your doctor is on the news that he has been killing patients.
And it's a story about a system that failed to protect them at every possible turn.
I'm trying to stop this guy from being let operate anywhere, anytime, any place.
Have you ever been under the influence of any drugs during the time that you were performing spinal surgery on any patient?
I take the fifth.
This was not an operation that was performed. This was attempted murder.
Whoa, don't take no vacation in this land.
From Wondery, the network behind Dirty John, I'm your host and reporter, Laura Beale. Dr. Death, our new 6-part series. Subscribe today.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
We are Fox Sports.
And here's what you need to know.
2 late ball games still going in the majors at Dodger Stadium. 2 outs in the 9th. LA up 12-6 over the Cardinals. Max Muncy and Teoscar Hernandez each with 2 homers. The Padres are even 5-5 at Arizona in the top of the 10th. Earlier wins for Seattle and Tampa Bay. In that Seattle victory, 8-3 over the White Sox, Eugenio Suarez hit his 37th home run of the year. Toronto and Texas with wins. The Rangers got that 2-0 victory over the Yankees, who lost 5 in a row. Boston won its 7th straight, 6-2 versus Kansas City. Milwaukee won its 5th straight. Cubs lost. Philadelphia won again. Mets lost. Minnesota a 6-3 win at Detroit. Among the 5 WNBA games, Minnesota without injured All-Star Nafisa Collier won at Seattle 91-87. Minnesota Lynx 25-5. Phoenix whipped Connecticut, which is 5-23. I'm Steve DeSager.
On social media, on the daytime talk shows, nighttime shows, radio shows, and we're telling you right here first, like we always do, because the name of the show should be Ahead of the Curve with Jason Smith and Mike Harmon, because we are.
This is Ahead of the Curve with Jason Smith and Mike Harmon. All those other little talk shows should take notice. Attention! Because these two have a gift. These two are the gift.
Exactly. There's no question about it.
Just ask their producer.
You idiots.
I think Justin Frostberg was speaking for America.
Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here they are. Jason Smith and Mike Harmon.
Hello, welcome inside. Final hour tonight, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend, Mike Harmon.
Well-dressed hobo.
Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, where, hold on to your hats, because we have the WNBA sex toy update coming your way in the next 20 minutes.
But wait, there's more.
And we're trying to cross some T's and dot some I's here. You know, we told you last hour on the show a sex toy was thrown on the court again tonight in tonight's game between the Fever and the Sparks. But according to other reports, sex toys were nearly thrown on the floor at 2 other WNBA games. They didn't make it onto the court. So now this has become an even bigger thing. And again, we'll have more on that coming up in about 20 minutes. But all of a sudden, this story, I'm like, oh, my goodness. But
it just keeps giving.
Yeah, the biggest story of the night, and and there's a huge takeaway from this, and we talked about this earlier. It's starting to go viral for us a little bit here on social media. ESPN is going to buy the NFL Network and get rights to the Red Zone channel as well. Now, this is a story that we had known was likely coming for a while, but it gets officially announced tonight. ESPN has bought NFL Network and other NFL media assets, including the rights to Red Zone channel, in a deal that's going to see the NFL get some kind of equity stake in ESPN. So it's a big business deal, but what we have to know is that basically, okay, ESPN has bought NFL Network and the Red Zone channel. And the first note of business that was out there was Scott Hanson is staying. Scott Hanson is staying. Okay, so he's staying.
Well, because there was some stuff. He was talking about negotiations, whatever, and everybody got all nervous.
Yeah.
And caught up in it. Yeah.
But Scott Hanson is staying. And let me just say this before we get to the really big thing.
That's right. Those beaches will be open.
This is the 4th of July weekend. We can't have that. Everything's going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. NFL Network's going to be fine. First of all, it's after this season, right? So nothing's happening this year. Everything is okay.
You can react slowly to the change.
Nothing's
changing.
Right.
It's over time.
The NFL Network's still going to have NFL Network programming. The Red Zone is still going to be Red Zone programming. It's still going to happen, okay? Even if it does change, which it's not. Even if it does, it's going to be this way this year, okay? So it's all right. It's all right, right? Everything's going to be fine. You're going to get the games. You're going to get NFL Network games. You're going to get Red Zone. Everything is fine, all right? It's going to be okay.
The kids and I have taken to you're just kind of going through your paces of your day, right? You got a lot going on. Like, how's everything going? Obla di, obla da. Mm-hmm. And then you get back to whatever the hell it is you're supposed to be doing. Life goes on, baby.
But this is the big takeaway, right? Now, obviously, could there be some changes? Yeah. Oh, there's going to be people are already talking about there's going to be advertising on Red Zone channel, Red Zone. Okay. I think at some point that was going to happen. Not that we know it's going to happen, but if there's some kind of advertising, well, yeah, because you got to find a way to monetize it a little bit more. Now, is it going to be the point where, hey, we're back in 2.5 minutes? No. But could there be something on the bottom crawl? Could there be some sort of voiceover while you're watching action on TV? Yeah. Could there be some sort of video in a corner while you're watching a game? Yeah. You could see stuff like that. And you know what? Look, that's just the way that business evolves now. But is there ever going to be something where it's going to be, oh my God, now this is a 3.5 minute break and I'm not going to get anything? No, that's not going to happen.
But even if they did, you'd come back and they'd catch up and you'd be okay and life would go on.
ESPN's been doing sports for a while, okay? Just to understand that ESPN is not some sort of streaming giant that bought the rights to this. It's like, I don't know if we know what we're doing. It's not like HBO Max bought the rights to the Red Zone channel and NFL Network and suddenly look what's going to happen, right? Everything's going to be fine. But this is the big point, right? Because this is a look in the mirror moment for ESPN. Because when this deal got announced today, what did you see everywhere? The general consensus, everywhere, social media reaction was, oh, great. ESPN bought NFL Network and the Red Zone channel. They're going to ruin it, right? It's all of a sudden it's going to be woke, or we're going to get interviews on Sunday during the Red Zone with whoever's going to be starring in an ABC drama in the fall, right? They're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin They're going to ruin Red Zone Channel. They're going to ruin the NFL Network, right?
This latest segment brought to you by Shondaland.
Right? How to get away with murder again, right? Okay.
Here's what you missed on last week's Grey's Anatomy.
Stephen A. Smith is going to be doing Red Zone Channel.
Well,
how do the Jets allow the Patriots on the first drive to get inside the red zone? We're in the gold zone now. How do they get in the red zone? This is embarrassing for Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn should be fired because of what's going on here on the first drive of the game. Like, you know.
Would people be more outraged at that or a commercial for 2.5 minutes? 877-99.
This drive by the Cowboys was abysmal. It was awful. It was ridiculous. It was the worst drive I've ever seen. It's 10-7 in the second quarter. It doesn't matter. This is the worst. This is the biggest affront to the NFL I've seen from the Cowboys. Like, this is what people are talking about. And some of it's fun, but this is the point, right? Is that
get a hug.
Is that this is ESPN, right? Whatever you think about ESPN, they've been doing sports. They've been the evil empire. They've been the giant for a long time, right? You can say, oh, they could be doing the NFL a little bit better. They've been doing sports. They know what they're doing. But the general consensus is that the first reaction to ESPN getting the NFL Network and Red Zone Channel is they're going to screw it up. And this is where ESPN's got to stop and go, okay, our brand recognition, our brand favorability is absolutely in the toilet.
Is this because people are mad about Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four. I have not seen, I mean, just to think about that for a second, because again, this is not it's not like the Hallmark Channel bought this and we're suddenly going to get Lacey Chabert and Danica McKellar and in some sort of thing where they're
tell me you're not sidling up with a cup of cocoa and getting in your recliner for a couple hours.
I would get to see the game, and I would get to see someone playing a fall festival.
You know what you should put as a table runner and the whole 9 yards. Is everybody's coming to your holiday meal.
But look, from someone who has been there both behind the scenes and as a talent, like ESPN is a huge conglomerate, and there are so many voices and so many things that go into putting on sports and the different sports channels 24/7. This is what they do. And still, I could tell you the detail that they go through to broadcast games and what they do to make sure that they're putting out a great product. And this is not even a studio show. This is not even a studio show. They're talking about, hey, they're buying the NFL Network. Well, guess what? NFL Network's still going to have their talent on doing things, and they're going to Red Zone's still going to do their thing. And the general opinion is that ESPN's going to screw it up. Like, this is where you have to stop and say, okay, we need to do some sort of deep dive into why our reputation and our optics are so bad, right? I get once in a while where you get the woke optic or this, but the mountain of that ESPN used to sit atop for sports, like, that's gone now. And I get that I like the way that Fox does one thing. I like the way that ESPN does one thing. I understand that part of the rivalry. But the whole thing is that ESPN, that's what they do. And still, the general opinion in the optic is that they're going to get this. They're going to get the property of the NFL even more than they have now. And they're going to screw it up. Like, this is where if I'm running ESPN, if I'm any of the big wigs there, I got to say, okay, this is the low point for us now. And I get that social media is always going to be the lowest common denominator of things, but there's nobody that's coming out and say, oh, everything's going to be fine. The general consensus from fans, your bread and butter, the ones that pay the money, that you want to pay the money for your streaming service that you're going to have coming out. The fans are the ones that are saying, I don't watch ESPN anymore. I can't believe you're going to screw this up. You have to fix that brand. You need trust in brand. You need trust in product. Like, just like any product that is put out there that is seeing hard, like, why are no one buying Cheetos anymore? What do we need to do? Kids don't like Cheetos. What if we do flaming Cheetos? Hey, now Cheetos is great, right? Because what did they do? They put their heads together and let's come up with a way to have our brand be more relevant now. Just for any product, Schooner Tuna and Mr. Mom in the 80s. But ESPN's got to find a way to get their brand back to, hey, have a favorability, at least an overwhelming majority where people have a favorable opinion of ESPN and not just, oh, they're going to screw it up. Like, you have to find a way to say, all right, we got to find the trust back in this product, because then when we launch a streaming service, Oh, people don't want to pay $29 a month for this? Oh, man. Okay. Wait, people are cutting the cords and they're cutting off ESPN. We have all this great programming out there. Well, guess what? Other places have live programming too. And I can get the NFL from here. I can get it here. I can get this here. Oh, wait. So this is where this has got to be one of those red flag moments where it's, man, we bought the NFL Network and we're buying Red Zone and all people think of is how we're going to screw it up, man. You got to look in the mirror and say, we got to change things.
Yeah, I mean, look, it goes back to your traditional networks that you've already been running and what the perceptions are. Now, obviously, one of the main points of interest in the larger social sphere is how much do you get of the McAfee show? How much do you get of Stephen A. Smith? And will those worlds collide?
Both of them will host the Red Zone.
But that's where people are like, all right, are these guys suddenly going to be sitting in a Barca lounger like it's the Manning cast, chiming in when Scott Hansen gives an update, right? And then they debate it for 2 minutes before he gets to the next one. Fundamentally changing the show. And the answer is you paid them a lot of money. They're probably going to show up somewhere in there.
Look, they're going to find some way. Yeah,
right.
If Stephen A. Smith is on NFL Network during the day, okay. That's not the end of the world, right?
Crossover. It's like your favorite television dramas, say on ABC. Here's a special Firehouse 911 or whatever the hell it was called from Shondaland into Grey's Anatomy and back and forth and whatever else. It's going to be the same thing. I mean, you talk about from the TV, radio side, whatever else, they're going to bleed over. And that's just the nature of the beast of how you try to figure out how to incorporate and expand that acquisition and make it profitable. But along the way, yeah, there'll be missteps and there'll be, everybody's got their fiefdom that they build within any walls, any organization, no matter where you work. And certainly in media, that guys have favorites and want to make sure that they get their run as often as they can. And certainly we'll see that. And like I said, you've already paid them a lot of money. Those two principles, you're going to see them and you're going to have to get over it. Or you know what? The old Kevin Durant comes and becomes very
like to watch. Well, that's the thing is that with ESPN used to have such a stranglehold on whatever sport you wanted to watch, we have it. And it's like, no, not so much anymore.
But now it's fractured.
Yeah.
Sports Center, because of the way the internet works.
I can watch Monday Night Football a bunch of different ways, right? I can
see whatever I want.
If I miss this college football game, I could watch this other college football game instead, right? I mean, I
have choice. I have ample opportunity.
You are no longer underserved in sports. We are, if anything, we are all overserved because we can get anything we want from different ways. And there's enough. There's enough of a push out there where people are going to say, I don't need ESPN. Why? Because I have Fox and I have NBC and I have CBS and I have this and I have this. That's fine. I don't need to watch Monday Night Game. Or if I do, I'll figure out a way to stream it or watch it online. Whatever it is, I don't need to do that. I don't need to. There's more ways for that to happen, and you can't have such a the brand name be in the toilet the way it is, and have that sort of opinion of fans, because as much as you want to say, social media is not a real representation, a lot of people are mad, they're upset. No, you got to understand that if this is your reaction, that, hey, the worldwide leader is getting more NFL and people go, no, I don't like it because I think you're going to screw it up. Whoa, man. Whoa.
But just remember, I mean, we joked with the Fantastic Four, little jingle, but it's all encompassing of the larger mouse brand.
Exit, how about a Fresca Exit Swollen Dome? Jason Smith, Mike Harmon, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Coming up next, we'll update what is turning into not only the craziest story of tonight, but now the craziest story of the last week. That's here next. Jason and Mike, this is Fox Sports Radio. From searching online to asking your friends and family, there's lots of ways to look for jobs. But what if you had a team of experts that could help you find the right role? Your local Express Employment Professionals office is your one connection to endless job opportunities. With just one application, they can help you find a job at a company that fits your needs. So visit expresspros.com. And as always, Express never charges job seekers a fee. With more than 870 locations, there's an office nearby ready to help you. Express knows when local companies are hiring, even for jobs that may not be posted yet. Express also offers benefits and competitive pay, and in just one interview, they're prepared to present you to multiple companies that fit your needs. Go to expresspros.com to get started and discover for yourself what it's like to have support in your job search. You can also start your job search through the Express Jobs app. Download it today to search jobs, apply, and contact your local Express team. That's expresspros.com.
downtown near 5th Street. Everybody had to bargain tips.
Kids screaming in the car during that long road trip.
Dad, are we there yet?
Flip off Bluey. And turn on the sensual voices of Fox Sports Radio.
Oh, yeah. And we made love.
We're Fox Sports Radio. The only place that calms those long road trips.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800. And you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Juice box. I'm a mom.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check. Oh, hot sauce. Take it.
Really? I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins, a balloon. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 per month on Experience Beyond. Finance agreement $829.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified, plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Hi, I'm Andrew McCollum, CEO of Philo, the streaming TV company that's proud to be different. At Philo, we put the audience first. It sounds simple, but how often are you frustrated just trying to watch TV? I run a streaming company, and even I can't figure it out. From hidden fees to impossible to break contracts to dozens of confusing apps, TV has gotten way too hard. So we set out to make it better. You want to watch live TV from the channels you've always loved, like Discovery, A&E, Nickelodeon, and more? Philo's got you covered. You want to discover something new from our library of over 80,000 movies and shows? Then save every episode for up to a year so you can skip all the ads? No problem. Your favorite show is over, and you want to take a break from your subscription? We've made it as easy as possible, and you can still enjoy more than 100 free channels. We built Philo so that you can love the way you watch TV for a price you can afford. Because at Philo, we're TV fans too. Head to philo.tv/Andrew to start a free trial and see for yourself. That's philo.tv/Andrew.
'90s, my dad and I ran a con for years where we snuck into the world's most prestigious arena, New York's Madison Square Garden.
Your dad is the type of person that likes an adventure and likes the possibility of opportunity.
As I got older, I learned this wasn't the only scheme my dad was pulling.
He wants me to act like my injury is even worse for a payout.
He actually represented me. He's posing as my attorney in a court.
There were moments where Manny would assume the role of undercover police officer.
My father's never-ending string of lies ultimately broke apart my family. And at 15 years old, I completely cut him out of my life. That was 24 years ago. But I just had a son of my own, and it brought back tons of memories of my childhood, along with tons of questions I wanted answered. How did my father become this scheming mastermind? Was he like this with everyone? And is it possible, after all these years, he's actually changed? I have no idea where he lives or what he's up to, but my goal with this podcast is to track him down and get to the truth about who my father, Manny Veter, really is. This is Number One Dad. Listen to Number One Dad.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
This region of West Texas, known as the Permian Basin, is in the midst of the biggest oil boom in history.
The Permian Basin is the epicenter for oil and gas production in the free world.
This unprecedented production has transformed the region from a depressed desert into a land of opportunity. My name is Christian Wallace. I was raised in the Permian Basin in a small town called Andrews. I grew up on tales of the region's legendary booms and busts. I even spent a year working as a roughneck in the oil patch after college. But I've never seen or heard of anything like this. Against all odds, the Permian Basin has become one of the most important swaths of land on Earth. The boom is reshaping the world's climate, economy, even our geopolitics.
We are now the number one energy producer in the world, and I'm not going to lose that wealth on dreams, on windmills.
Yet few understand this place or its people. This is a story of roughnecks and roustabouts, of billionaire wildcatters and wannabe dreamers and full-on hellraisers, and of average folks just trying to get by as the world around them is turned upside down. From Texas Monthly and Imperative Entertainment, this is Boomtown.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
FS1.
Call your friends and ask how they doing.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Boom. Trust your eyes.
FS1.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend, Mike Harmon. Before we get to the crazy WNBA story.
So hard.
It's the who? The what?
I really just, this WNBA story is nuttier and nuttier as time goes on. So, right
That's a
now.
way to put it.
No. Right now, Little League World Series is going on in both baseball and softball.
I told you, homeboy.
And games are on all day during the day. And, I mentioned this last week. The Little League that I coached at for the longest time, for 7-8 years, Westchester was the West champion. Mm-hmm. And they're in the Little League Softball World Series. They lost today. They lost the last couple of days, so they got knocked out today. But it was an incredible seeing the team. And look, and these weren't girls that I really knew. I can't even say they were any of them were like the younger sisters of the girls I coached, because I coached in the same thing. Like if we had gotten out of state, we would have got to regionals and then the Little League World Series. Right?
So what'd you do wrong?
We lost to two teams that were really good. Both the first year in the 12-year-olds in this one, they made us play West LA. We're the two best little leagues in Los Angeles, in the greater Los Angeles area. And they made us, for the longest time, they made us play each other, which is like, come on, you're just taking two really good teams out. So we had to go through each other just to get to the state tournament. So the first year we lost to them in the state, to get out of what's called district. Then the next 2 years, when I managed, we lost in the semifinals of states and the finals in states.
So district. So you lost the Hunger Games that year.
Yes, district and the Hunger Games. Yes, I didn't get.
Then you advanced, and you got to go to Capital City.
Yes, went in and brought the strawberries to President Snow, and watching the team play, seeing it and all the conversations about it. And I told Ella Parker, who's the big star for Oklahoma, played at Westchester, and her aunt or her mom is Dave Roberts' sister, has a big connection to the Dodgers as well. It's been really something seeing this league that I coached in. The same thing, same all-star tournaments, getting all the way through. And it's weird because I always had this thought about at some point in my career coaching was it was going to end in the Little League World Series. Like we were going to win because the team was really good. The league is really good. We were going to get there. And we were going to get on TV, and the games are going to be on ESPN, and there was going to be, here's a former ESPN radio host now at Fox, and they're going to mic me up for the games. And I always had this thought that that's how it was going to end.
You still have an opportunity.
You're
still a young guy. You can resurrect yourself here.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, to go back and coach now, to go like I coached my daughter, and I coached her all the way through, and that's generally how it's done. The coach here coaching his daughter, she pitched today for Westchester in the game. It's weird to kind of go back and do it. And there's coaches that do that and they try to, stay and go all the way through, even when they're not coaching their kids, but that's generally how it's done. And I always thought that, okay, we're going to end because the team is really good and we have the talent to get there. We're going to get there and it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to make it out of states and we're going to win regionals. We're going to get to Little League World Series. And we lost the losing in the finals in states those 2 years was really tough because we had a really good team, and potentially we could have beaten both of those teams, just didn't go our way. It was tough, man. But I really thought, hey, It's going to end. I could see it. Hey, mic'd up in the Little League World Series. Oh, here's a guy on the radio who's coaching the team. Oh, I always thought that's how it was going to end.
Nah. And then he's like, well, like I was talking about last night, Jerry Jones, the game's passed him by. Hey, cover second.
If you were managing, they would have never made the World Series.
Oh, man. We're close.
You would have Mets'd it.
Well...
Oh, I really did.
Was there anything managerial that you look back on a particular substitution or change or move you made that you now look at it and say you Aaron Booned it?
No, there's nothing that I look back and say, oh, if only I had done that, or if we had done that, it would have been. But the one thing that I really think about, and I don't think that parents and kids really get this, is that, but as coaches, like, we live with the outcomes of these games for our entire life. And for parents, boy, we had a great team and we won. Oh, we almost won that game. And kids let the losses go, generally because they move on from Little League into high school and everywhere else. If they're serious about it, they have bigger games they play. And if they're not serious about it, they look back and say, boy, that was a great run. We made it all the way to the end of states. And we made it to the end of states those years. That's the furthest Westchester we'd gone in a long time. So I feel pretty good about that. But I wish they all understood that as managers, we live with these games for our entire, and there's times where I'm just sitting very idly thinking, oh man, if only this had happened, or if only, and I think about in the semis when we lost once, where the girl kept getting the rise ball call for a strike where everything was outside the strike zone, and we struck out 12 times, and my team doesn't strike out 12 times, and the home plate umpire, I'm like, these are not strikes, man. I get that these are not strikes. You are killing us with this, and we wound up losing that game 2-1.
Schematics,
and I think it was tough. She was great. Like, she could have gone to college off of that game as a 13-year-old. Like, she could have gone to college off that game, because I'm like, I look at the ump and I'm going, these are way too high. They're way, and the girls are coming in the dugout saying to me, Coach, what do we do? I go, don't think about how the umpire is umpiring the game. If you think it's you got to just continue on with your strategy going towards it, and that's how it's got to go. And we wound up tying them, and then they scored a scratch run in the 7th inning with a walk and a stolen base and stuff, and they beat us 2-1. And but that's like, I think about that game. I think about other games too. I think about big games that we won, but these games were, oh man, if we had won that game, we would have won states. We would have gone here. We would have been this. Like, the results of these games, like, we live with them. And while you think about them for a while, this is like, yeah, this kind of is what we think about, as coaches for the rest of our lives, like how much we live with these outcomes. It's something, man. It really is.
I got enough demons.
Yeah.
I didn't need to add that.
Yeah,
it's one of the greatest things my daughters ever did. One, didn't play a lot of sports, tried lacrosse for a bit. No chance I was getting involved there. Soccer, I'm good at shagging balls and chasing them down and screaming at people.
I don't know. I saw some video of that. I don't know how good you are at chasing balls down. I saw your daughter trip you once.
She did take me out. Very underhanded, very crafty.
Let's hope they're better at that than finding green things.
Oh, hey, whoa. Different story, Frost.
What things?
Different story.
What's green?
Different story.
Green is for the money.
Different story, which we're going to get to.
I was talking about the goblin.
No. We're going to.
I tried to buy a goblin and I got.
What about Arrow?
We're going to break this up right now.
Or the green monster in Boston.
We're going to have this story coming
or the Jim
up
Carrey mask
in 90 seconds. But first.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Because I've gotten this from a fan that says, hey, can I give you this intro for Steve DeSager? And I said, sure.
Is it bright?
Now, that story is in 90 seconds.
Double up.
But first.
Jason, you have one?
Stop.
Did they throw it to you at the store you bought
Nothing was thrown anywhere.
Did you make a clean catch?
It was sent to me on social media.
On a swing?
Let's find out what's trending in the wide world of sports. No, stop. For a man who's been called the Stone Cold Steve Austin of Fox Sports Radio.
Is it engraved?
Because he stuns us in every update. It's Steve DeSager with What's Trending.
Everything's final in Major League Baseball. Just now, the Padres won at Arizona in 11 innings, 10-5. Padres still 3 games back of the first-place Dodgers in the NL West. LA won 12-6 over St. Louis. 2 homers each for Max Muncy and Teoscar Hernandez. And Mookie Betts, who was batting .230, had 3 hits, 3 runs scored in this game. At Seattle, Eugenio Suarez with his 37th homer of the year. Brian Wu, the winning pitcher, 8-3 over the White Sox. Tampa Bay got 7 runs in the fourth, beat the Angels in Anaheim 7-3. First place, Toronto, a 10-4 winner at Colorado. The Rockies' record now 30-83. The Blue Jays are first in the AL East, still 3 games over Boston. Jays, by the way, hit 5 home runs tonight. Dalton Varsho, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. The Boston win at home was 6-2 over Kansas City. The Red Sox have won 7 straight. Winning pitcher Garrett Crochet, 13-4, ERA 2.24. Milwaukee and Cincinnati with wins. It was 7-2 Brewers at Atlanta. 5 straight wins for the Brewers. Cincinnati beat the Cubs in Chicago 5-1, scoring 4 times in the 7th. Texas 2-0 over the Yankees, who've lost 5 straight. Nathan Eovaldi 10-3, went 8 innings for the win. Eovaldi's ERA 1.38 this year. 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th off Yankee closer Devin Williams. Yankees offense went 2 for 28, and Aaron Judge was back off the injured list as the DH. He was 0 for 3. Cleveland beat the Mets in New York 3-2. Mets offense just 4 hits. They've dropped 7 of their last 8. Mets are now 2.5 games back of the Phillies in the NL East. Philadelphia shut out Baltimore 5-0. The A's were 16-7 winners at Washington. The loss to Mackenzie Gore, who gave up 5 in the first, and it didn't get better after that. He's 4-12. 6 straight losses for Washington, and they gave up 3 solo homers to Shea Langoliers of the Athletics. He went 5 for 6. Minnesota won 6-3 at Detroit. San Francisco 8-1 winners at Pittsburgh to win to Logan Webb with 10 strikeouts in 6 innings. And Houston was up 7-1 in the 5th, 7-3 the final at Miami. In the WNBA, 5 games. New York without the injured Breanna Stewart beat Dallas. Chicago without the injured Angel Reese beat Washington. LA defeated Indiana. The Fever still without the injured Caitlin Clark. Minnesota without the injured Nafisa Collier won at Seattle. Phoenix over Connecticut. The Connecticut Sun 5-23. To the NFL rookie.
Wait, what injured player was Phoenix missing? Everybody else is missing missing players. Who is Phoenix missing?
No, it's Connecticut. They're just missing.
Okay, all right, very good.
And everyone else is missing?
And they're moving.
Yes?
The guy who threw something on the court.
Oh, my goodness.
On to the NFL, where rookie
Just got
quarterback
arrested.
Shedeur Sanders will be starting for the Browns in their preseason opener on Friday, and Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson will start Thursday's exhibition. Then quarterback Daniel Jones will start next week for the Colts. Bengals QB Joe Burrow and other starters will be playing several series on Thursday against the Eagles, but the Seahawks will sit most of their starters Thursday, and Saints running back Alvin Kamara will not play Sunday at the Chargers. The Chargers signed free agent wide receiver Keenan Allen to a 1-year deal. The Rams gave running back Kyron Williams a 3-year extension worth $23 million guaranteed. Tampa Bay signed veteran quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, although Kyle Trask is still the backup there. Bucs starting QB Baker Mayfield returned to practice today after a bruised hand. On Thursday, they have a joint practice with the Titans. Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison was suspended for the first 3 regular season games. He was arrested for DUI a year ago. Eagles star wide receiver A.J. Brown did not practice again, hamstring injury. Jets rookie tight end Mason Taylor is out with a high ankle sprain, and quarterback Tyrod Taylor has a knee injury. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve-O. For the 3rd time in the week, a sex toy, and if you watch Lord of the Rings, one of the main characters' name is Bilbo Baggins, so that's kind of what it was. Has been
a hobbit?
Thrown on his
Smeagol. They threw a hobbit?
Smeagol loves a precious.
They frown on that.
Yeah.
They shoot him out of a cannon?
It was a week ago that a neon green sex toy, a
highlighter green, yeah,
a neon green Bilbo Baggins was thrown on the court in a WNBA game. Then it was Thursday night. It happened again.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Bilbo Baggins was thrown.
He was
on
cloned.
the court.
Jason, you can refer to it at first. We're on first name basis here.
But it's kind of, but I
They don't need the last name.
I can say Bilbo.
Just Bilbo?
It's Bilbo.
We know who Bilbo is.
We know who Bilbo is? Okay, very good. So we got news this weekend that there was an arrest made in the first Bilbo that was thrown on the court last week. Okay, nothing happened for the second one. And then tonight, it happened a 3rd time, but potentially it's happened 4 or 5. It happened in the middle of the game tonight between the Sparks and the Fever, After a free throw by Kelsey Plum, another neon green Bilbo Baggins was thrown on the court.
Oh, look out. Something just came onto the floor. Got an object that just flew in as the free throw was being made. It looked like that hit a player, too.
CBS on the call. It was thrown on the court and very near Sophie Cunningham. Now, and she plays into this in a pretty big way because of what's gone on the last week. Now, as soon as it's hit the floor, Kelsey Plum with the free throw goes and kicks it right off. Big leg sweep the leg, and kicks it off the floor.
And I yelled, "Goal!"
This was not the only time this happened tonight. According to social media posts, ESPN reporting this.
Wait, there were more Baggins?
There were more Bilbo Baggins thrown on the court in Phoenix and New York. But
how can he be in other places at the same time?
Because he's cloned himself.
The ring.
He's like the Jackson the Green. He is plural.
If you have the ring, you can be anywhere and do anything you want to.
Oh, good point.
Teleportation.
They were also thrown on the courts in Phoenix and New York, but didn't actually reach the actual court itself. They were thrown on the floor, but didn't reach the court.
Someone had a bad arm.
The one at Barclays apparently landed near a child. So now this is now 5 times, right? And here tonight, it's thrown on the court in L.A. near Sophie Cunningham, who was the most outspoken player when this happened the last couple of times, saying, hey, don't throw this on. This could hurt. This hit somebody, could hurt somebody. What are we doing? And this is the point, again, and I see this story tonight, and the WNBA is trying to play this the right way. We don't want to give it too much weight, but we don't want to absolutely blow it off. You would think that, okay, with the story of somebody getting arrested, that would be it. But when I see this tonight now, 3 times it happens, I feel awful for the WNBA. I feel bad for them because here are fans who have decided that we don't respect you or the game enough, and we're clearly not afraid of getting arrested, that in the wake of what's going on the last week, here's somebody that gets arrested. We don't care. Here's Sophie Cunningham, who just said, hey, don't throw these things on the court. And yet what happened tonight? We don't care. We're gonna go whether it was coordinated or not. They're getting thrown on the court 3 times or thrown on the floor 3 times. And one is getting thrown at a player who said, hey, please don't do this anymore. Like the lack of respect that fans have that some of these fans have for the WNBA is just stunning. Because that's really what this is. It's not like we've never seen this before. And is this some kind of TikTok trend? Like I wouldn't be surprised to find out that somewhere online this was, hey, this is going to be a concerted effort. We're going to throw this on the floor at WNBA games, right? Because this is kind of what this is, a fad that goes on for a couple weeks that could be dangerous, that is ridiculous, and then people lose interest in it.
Yeah, we should call Peter Jackson.
But now after 3 more Bilbos are thrown on the floor tonight,
3?
like this is the reaction of, yeah, we don't really care. We're still going to do it. Like the lack of respect that this has, because again, we see it at football games. You see people still run on the field at games, but it's not a concerted effort where we're going to run on the field at an Arizona State football game because we're doing this at Arizona State. We're gonna do this at a specific team or a specific league. This is a concerted effort towards the WNBA where it's sex toys of the same color so people can see it. People can see the neon green to the Bilbos thrown out on the floor.
What if the WNBA is behind it?
Oh, they got to
get ratings without Caitlin Clark.
Throwing this out there themselves.
But obviously you're going to have a lot of social media presence off of this.
I mean, we're talking about it.
We're talking about it. Man, do you lean in partnership if you're an individual WNBA player, a team, the league? The official
for a league.
I don't know.
For a league that has hit it big finally, and they're fighting, and they fight their own battles.
Birmingham Bilbos,
right? They fight that's a USFL team from the 1980s.
Is it really?
Yeah, USFL team, 1980s.
But you're right. It's that battle.
They fight the battle. Hey, now we're at the big table, and there's a little bit of pushback. But this is like the last thing the league
What
needs.
about the Boston Baggins?
That was 1990s. 1990s. They played in the WLAF, World League of American Football. They're in the
But you still have a lot of national media, local media that won't cover the league. Just kind of ignore that it exists. Unless there's a story like this,
now
then
people
it
are going to tune
becomes
in
open
just to see
season.
if something gets thrown on the court.
But what I'm being is like there's open season. If there's a scuffle, hey, it's worthy of being talked about. Otherwise, it's pay no mind in terms of the actual games. And that's what you're trying to fight that battle into that next level of relevance. You're seeing record deals for franchises as you keep expanding the league and the money and the TV deal that was signed. But that doesn't automatically buy you the respect where you're still having this kind of lunacy and on a nightly basis, and a very concerted effort tonight to take that over.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel bad that the lack of respect that fans, I don't care. Getting arrested, I'm still going to do it. I don't know, to throw it near a player. Maybe it was thrown at Sophie. I mean, landed close enough to her. She was the one that, her and Kelsey Plum are two of the most popular players that are playing now. And, with Caitlin Clark out and Sophie Cunningham's very outspoken. I mean, the fact that, I still don't care. I'm still going to do that.
But think about if she has a bad step and sprains an ankle, how that's got to show up on an injury report. Yeah, well, what took her out?
Boy.
I think there's something fishy about it not actually hitting her.
I don't know.
Almost
man.
hitting her.
I don't know. You're throwing that thing from far away. Like, I think you can only throw it so far.
We're going to find out.
Enough.
Are we going to do that as a test?
No good.
Oof, man.
See how far you can throw.
Exit, how about it? That's on the Ocho. That'll be a show. That'll be a game show on the Ocho.
But for now, they're at large.
Yes. Yes. Coming up next, we get into a big quarterback decision in the NFL from today. The one we've all been waiting for is next. Jason and Mike, Fox. Is this the Hobbit song at the end?
Miss a second of today's show? Well, good news.
I'm listening.
Right after the show, the podcast will be up.
Nice.
Just search The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon wherever you get your podcasts.
Seriously.
And be sure to follow, rate, and review it. Just search The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Jason Smith, ready to level up your skills and stand out in today's evolving workforce? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can gain real-world skills in leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Explore programs that apply emerging tech like AI and data science. With more than 135 online degrees and certificates, UMGC, an accredited and affordable university, offers skills-based education that can help move your career forward. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee at umgc.edu.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
iHeart is America's #1 podcast network. Open the free iHeart app and explore podcasts like this.
A quiet residential neighborhood erupts in chaos. Carmine Galante, the feared boss of the Bonanno crime family, lies dead. His cigar still clutched between his teeth.
Masked men walked into Joe and Mary's luncheonette in Brooklyn today and gunned down Carmine Galante, a man believed to be the most powerful mafia chieftain in the country.
The execution sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld and set the stage for one of the most pivotal criminal cases in New York City history. From the minds behind the acclaimed television series comes Law and Order: Criminal Justice System. This isn't a scripted drama. These are real stories told by the people who have lived them.
My father should have been a dead man.
For decades, the mafia had New York City in a stranglehold, with law enforcement seemingly powerless to intervene. But the murder of Carmine Galante marked the beginning of the end. Discover how a group of young prosecutors took on the mafia, and with the help of law enforcement, brought down its most powerful figures. I'm Anna Siga Nicolazzi. And from Wolf Entertainment and iHeart Podcasts, this is Law & Order: Criminal Justice System.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
iHeartRadio presents Stuff You Should Know.
What's the doomsday clock, Josh?
So the doomsday clock is a metaphorical clock that is overseen by the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. It's a graphic representation of how close humanity is to self-inflicted disaster.
They moved the second hand on the clock forward to 89 seconds to midnight, which means it's the closest that clock has ever been to midnight since they started.
In 1947, when the U.S. and Russia were starting the Cold War, it was 7 minutes to midnight. We're now less than 2 minutes away from midnight. The furthest away it was from midnight was 1991, after the Soviet Union dissolved. It was all the way back from 17 minutes to midnight.
I think it's a valuable thing because it just raises awareness every year with people. Just another thing to kind of say, hey, like, we're not headed in the right direction as humanity goes.
All these things that have been developing for a while have been accelerated because of the threat multiplier of misinformation and disinformation and conspiracy theories.
For the entire Doomsday Clock episode and everything else in the Stuff You Should Know universe, open the free iHeart app, search Stuff, and listen now.
iHeart is America's #1 podcast network. Open the free iHeart app and explore podcasts like this.
Just before midnight on Saturday, February 19th, 2005, Danielle Imbo and her friend Richard Petrone left a crowded Philadelphia bar. The two 30-somethings planned to walk to Richard's truck and drive home, but they never made it.
It does not make sense. It's like they literally vanished.
The two were never seen again.
Not just them, but a truck disappeared into the ether.
Was it an accident, or were they murdered?
No one had a motive to kill them.
Those same questions frustrated law enforcement. The FBI called it murder for hire.
Who killed these two individuals and how did they get rid of them?
Both of them were the target. One of them was the target. The other one was wrong place, wrong time.
But which victim was the intended target and why?
It was definitely murder for hire for Danielle, not for Richard.
You're right, it could be. But it also could be something your son did too.
No one was looking to kill Richard. No one.
He's your son, and in your eyes, he's innocent. But in my eyes, he's just some guy my sister was with.
Fingers were pointed, allegations were made, and lines were drawn.
That drove the wedge between the families.
What happened to Danielle and Richard?
I think that whatever happened to my dad and Danielle was planned and orchestrated and thought out.
I'm Andrea Gunning. In this series, I dig into my own investigation to find answers for the families and get justice for Richard and Danielle.
I just want some peace for my sister's soul, and I want some peace for my mother.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
What you looking at the one?
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
Looking for the one. What you looking at the one?
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon.
This is my upset special.
So we've got a lot of NFL decisions getting made today. It was decided that Justin Fields stinks. Decided by me.
You decided that. Who made you to decide?
Play.
It was decided that Anthony Richardson will start at quarterback for the Colts in their first preseason game. Doesn't matter. Daniel Jones is winning that job.
And he's going to start the second game, so that's okay.
And Shedeur Sanders will start the Browns' first preseason game this week.
Your guy.
Now, you could look at it in one of two ways. A glass half full, hey, the Browns chose Shedeur Sanders to start their first game. Or glass half empty, well, let's see. Dylan Gabriel is hurt and he is out. Kenny Pickett is hurt. He's out. Joe Flacco is 90 years old. You don't need to see him. And Tyler Huntley doesn't have any reps. So somebody's got to start the game. All right,
Jude literally just got the playbook, but he's been in the league long enough. Huntley would be interesting. But yeah, I mean, you're the last man standing. This is pretty much one of those great scenarios. All right, who wants to start the first one? Who wants that honor?
Oh, it's the best.
And everybody step back.
It's the best.
Because, or they couldn't step forward because they got bad hamstrings or they're old.
But look, here's the thing is that the Browns have a chance to potentially show we know what we're doing and we're not the absolute dumpster fire that we've been for the better part of the last decade. We know what we're doing. Shedeur Sanders is going to start, and he's going to likely get a decent amount of playing time because, again, you don't have many guys. You can play 4 quarters. You're not going to stop the game at halftime. So who's going to play outside of Shedeur Sanders and Hundley, right?
Snoop can come in and hand the ball off.
So you're going to get an extended look at Shedeur Sanders. If he plays well, he gets to keep the job and run with it, right? Because of the one guy, look, we talked last week, you're going to probably see all 4 guys start this year for the Browns. It's that kind of year. But the one guy you have to see at some point before the season ends is Shedeur Sanders. You don't need to see Flacco. You don't need to see Gabriel. You don't need to see Kenny Pickett. You need to see Shedeur Sanders, right? He's the guy that the organization wants to see, the team wants to see, the fans want to see, the media want to see. You want to see if you really have something from a guy who at one point could have been the number 2 overall pick in the draft. You have to see him. The biggest question, because this is my whole big thing in preseason football, is not does a guy come in and light it up? Because I understand that you're going to need some time. You need some time to get what the NFL and life of the NFL is all about. As long as it doesn't look like you are in too deep, like the game is too fast for you and you need time to get going, okay, keep playing. And if Shedeur Sanders shows that, hey, the game is it's not